Welcome to the wrong time zone.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So it went fantastic. Like, it was a good first session, and no one died.
Well, congrats. Looked like you had a good viewership as well. I did pop in and watch some of the VOD, and I liked what I saw. I mean, it was really well done. Looked like a good group of players. The DMing was excellent. The story was fun. So, a little bit of a different flavor, which I think is cool to have. So, well done. Hello, Amanda.
We also had a Karen, so...
I think I caught that part.
Karen.
Yeah, I did. I saw that. Yeah.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
All right. We'll wait for Vivi. I'm sure she'll be in a moment. We'll leave this on audio. I'm going to run upstairs, refresh my coffee, and I will let you entertain our audience as we get prepped for episode 23 of Book 2, 79 of overall GHA. We're getting close to our Rune Lords count already, which is crazy because this is a much more recent campaign, but we've been more steady despite Josh's protestations. We actually have been more steady with GHA Book 2. So
The eyebrow.
Yes, Josh, it is the Brotherhood.
Okay, good.
So, as far as I know, that's the original series, and then there was the other one that came after them.
The other one came first.
Really?
Brotherhood came out, and Brotherhood is
I thought it was the other way.
no. Brotherhood's canonical with the manga, and it's
Yeah.
so
So
good.
good.
Yeah.
He's finally
good.
watching FMA.
I've been
Yeah.
watching. I've watched it. I think this is like my third time through it.
Yeah, every Father's Day the Nina meme pops up every year, and it just makes me sad every time.
Which one?
You will understand eventually once you get far enough into full.
Well, I've seen, like I said, I've seen it through a couple times. Where?
Nina.
The Chimera.
Yeah. The
Oh
girl,
yes,
the little
yes,
girl.
yes. Yeah, that's sad.
Traumatizing.
That's
Have you guys seen Dragon Ball Z?
yeah.
Yes.
You know when they do the merge
Yes.
thing?
Yeah.
Have you seen
Fusion?
the shirt that's Nina and the dog doing the merge thing?
That's messed up.
Yeah, it's so messed up.
That's messed up.
It's so good.
That was not by choice.
Yeah, that was literally like, everyone's like, oh, this is such a fun, good show. Like, yeah, it's a little dark. Get to episode 3. And you're just like,
Yeah.
that episode makes me cry every time, and it makes me so angry.
Yeah.
You gotta gain something somehow. What's
Equal exchange.
ethics and morality?
Morality.
Mortality.
Yeah. Apparently that's an issue too, but I meant morality.
If you're talking about ethics and mortality, I'm your gal.
Oh, look who showed up.
hello, Tracy. Hello, Tom.
I literally
Hello, Pat.
have no coffee and no dinner. And
Lord Fourth.
Phoebe, do you want my
no.
banana?
Yes.
And it's your long night,
that
right?
one.
No, it's her short night
No,
tonight.
it's my short night.
Yeah, we went long.
It'll be
So-
the same. So like my schedule, I work like Monday, Tuesday, work Monday,
be the
Tuesday,
same
off
every week?
Wednesday, Thursday, off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, work
Yeah,
Monday, Tuesday.
we'll wrap up
Wednesday,
close to
Thursday,
7:30
Friday.
tonight, my time. So 2.5 hours will run. I've got all the videos. So the only thing I need is for Vivi to move more to the center of your camera, and then
thank you.
Rory,
Just kidding.
your head's being cut off.
Dang it,
Are
Vivi.
you saying I'm too tall, John?
I'm saying you're too tall. Yes.
Too tall.
You have to
I think
lift
I'm
the
gonna-
camera
I'm
to
just
manage
gonna-
your height, and then
One more time, just for
Vivi,
just for
Vivi,
fun.
just a little bit more to your right.
Wow.
Vivi, just a little more to your right. Or remove your camera either way. Yeah, there you go. Boom. That's it. I'll be right back.
What if I
I
don't
like
want
watching
to,
the
John?
Vivi show.
What if you don't want to? We don't have to then. You can be cut off. That's fine.
Honestly, Vivi reminds me a lot of like a VeggieTales character as they're moving.
VeggieTales, VeggieTales, VeggieTales.
No, the best song from that was Barbara Manatee.
VeggieTales. Which one is that one again? Sing it again.
Barbara, Manatee, you are the one for me, one for me, one for me.
I don't remember that one. What's the brushing teeth
Get
one?
good,
I
kid.
remember that one. Do you remember that one? There was a brushing teeth one. No, it's gonna drive me nuts.
Do you remember the one that was Snitches Get Stitches?
Yes.
I loved that episode.
VeggieTales?
Yeah.
Like an actual or like a spoof?
No.
No, actual Veggie Tales.
No, they would not have that in actual Veggie Tales.
100% they would.
I have learned that there is some.
Stitches get stitches.
He was close. He was close. We got him. We were so close for him to believing.
What's the what?
I
Oh
have
no,
learned-
it's the brushing. It's the brushing. Maybe it's brushing your hair. Is
Well,
it the brushing your hair?
where's my hairbrush?
Yeah. Oh, where is my hairbrush?
Oh, where
Is my hairbrush?
And then you've
I
got, of
do
course,
recognize
the
that.
bathtub one from Sesame Street, which is just great. It's
Rubber ducky?
Rubber Ducky, you're the one to make that time tons of fun. I was actually just talking with a few peeps about doing a Muppets one shot, and you could
That'd be fun.
any Muppet from the universe of Muppets, and it's not just the Muppets, but you have the ones that are like Jim Henson from Dark Crystal. You have ones that are from Sesame Street.
Yeah, that's true.
Can I be Oscar the Grouch, please?
Yes, because you're a thing of weed in a trash can. Call them out.
Yeah, I'm
Rude, John. So rude. I didn't come here to be attacked.
Came here to
Why
have a
did
good
you come
time.
here? All we do
For
is
you.
get murdered every session. Out of game, it's time to take this personal.
Wait, is that always been your background, or did
No.
you change it?
Yes,
No, Rory, yours is the same. Evelyn's
I
is
know.
the same.
I'm answering for it.
Josh's is different.
Josh's is different.
Yes.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
You're ruining the consistency of our vibe.
It's 'cause I've-
You need to.
It's because I've got a new character tonight.
Oh, did you die again?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
In between the session, I told John I'm going to be able to level up, and he said, "Okay, kill him."
He's like,
I said,
that.
"Okay."
Did. He's like, you know what? Instead of XP, I'm going to give you death instead.
Death. I give you death.
I just hit that angle.
Instead of XP, take 3,000 points of damage. You were struck by.
Exactly. Hey, Necromantic DM. Hello,
Also,
all of you. Pat Draws, good to see you, my friend.
Yes, you did.
Counting on some
Wonderful.
fan art again tonight.
I also finally got the little condition token things, the little circles that go on the
Oh, those
characters.
are
I got some of those. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm
What do
finally
your look?
becoming a
What does
real
it look
DM
like?
John.
No, you are already a better DM than John. All right, here we go. Let's kick this off live on video. 3, 2, and. All right, audio is back. Yes.
John, have we not had blue box boxers yet?
Not yet.
Oh,
Very
We've had
disappointing.
oh,
recommendations.
what a great idea.
Blue box
Yeah.
speedo.
Boxers.
Blue
Yeah,
box
blue boxers.
boxers. Blue boxers. Yes.
We've already said this before.
I missed it. I probably tuned it out because it was blighting to my eyes to think about Josh in blue box boxers. But
Bro, we're doing.
Are we not doing
Let's
a
get-
blue box calendar?
Calendar.
I thought we were going to do a blue box calendar.
I've been
Like-
trying to get the Men
John?
in Blue Box calendar to happen for a while now. It
Men
would
in
be
Blue
awesome.
Box.
Yes.
well, I'm back in the gym, baby. So we could do that pretty soon here. But
Let's do it.
all right.
You have to wear glitter underwear, though. I just glitter.
I don't think my wife would like that.
Glitter Mom John. Well, we can poll the audience if you guys would please.
You know, we
in
should-
the chat
Oh.
write down what month Glitter Mom John should be.
January or February.
You want to start off with a bang though, or do you want to like lead up to it though? That's the thing.
Good
like,
question,
Do you want to
good
like
question.
boom Glitter Bomb John in January, or do you want to like?
No, but not all calendars start in January. It started in June.
So Josh, tell us what you have there. Looks like a Chris knife from Dune.
It's super sick. I got it off Etsy because I got it for LARP, which I'm not going this most recent time, but I got it and I absolutely love it. And it's so sick. It's a hard plastic, so like this could actually really hurt someone. But it's got a super sick, like varied grip on it. It's bone. Get bone, my dudes.
That's nice. Well done. Okay, keep it moving. Exactly. All right. So Welcome to episode 29 or 2879 of Greyhawk Awakening. We're going to have a fun time tonight. Can't wait to get started. And we're going to do our sponsors at the break. So we'll jump right into the action tonight. Let's talk about what happened last time, do character introductions, and then we'll get right into the role play. And so if you would, please, Laura, tell us what happened last time.
Yeah, so last time we started off and Anaho was not in a good way. He was still kind of stuck in this moment where he thought he was facing a drow and it was not going well. And he shot Allura with his crossbow. He did not thankfully hurt her very much. But yeah, and eventually with a bit of help he kind of broke out of it, and he kind of ran for his dagger initially, which Rizia stopped him from getting a hold of, and yeah, so he once he was kind of to himself again, he explained that water was not his friend, and because he had been repeatedly drowned and healed and drowned and healed and drowned and healed through the very traumatic parts of the early parts of his life. And yeah, so it was basically a giant lore dump for Anaho last week, learning a lot about him. And so yeah, and once he kind of explained what was going on, the decision was kind of try to keep him away from water as much as possible, though we can't do much about the rain when that happens. And so, when that happens, that's a matter of trying to just help Anaho through those moments. But yeah, so the party then continued riding on more northward, and encountered a horse that was injured and roaming around on its own, which Allura carefully proceeded toward, cast Speak with Animals on herself, and then began to try to figure out, if the horse was okay, if it needed help. She healed it, brought it back to the party, and then told the horse that Rasmus was a friend and would take good care of it if it allowed him to, which allowed the horse and Rasmus to begin to bond, and Rasmus now has a horse again, after his was horrifically slain by some gnolls in the previous session.
And he tortured that pony.
Yeah. He's just a big dude, and that was a little pony. But anyway, so yeah, so the party now with the new horse in tow continued a little bit further down the road, and very soon we were beset by a bunch of bandits who was led by a dwarf who kind of blocked the middle of the road, and a bit of discussion kind of happened back and forth for a moment, and finally Rasmus was like, hey, I'm gonna try something, and he let Rasputin do his thing and be as creepy as possible, which sent most of the bandits scattering in every which direction in total fear from being attacked by this giant shadowy creature. One of the bandits was killed in the process, and because he fell out of the tree.
Yeah, and if I could, Evelyn, I'll jump in real quick here, because this is sometimes my my XP can be opaque in terms of how I do. Yeah, I give you guys summaries and I talk about different things you've done, but this was a good one because it got separated out. I forgot about that bandit encounter when I did my XP roll-ups today, and as I went back through it, I realized I'd forgotten that. So each of you received an amount of XP for that additional encounter, but Josh, as a result of what he did with Rasputin, Erasmus actually received double what each of the rest, because he effectively did the intimidation, which obviated the encounter. So as a DM, I track not just what happens, but who does what in encounters, and that's a great way for you to reward both roleplay, combat prowess, or things which create avoidance of combat.
Right. All right. So then after those guys ran off and yeah, in their very unceremonious way, the party then continued on further, and found themselves making camp for the night, and were encountered by a familiar face, not to them, but to the players and the audience, and one Yash Tocs, the debonair fellow who likes to make his appearance at the perfect time, it seems. He was in need of some help and was actually wanting to task the party and offer them aid in exchange for helping him right some issues that he had created for himself by getting on the wrong side of the wife of a fellow with a lot of power. And so, yes, there was about a discussion that happened with that, some tension amongst the party during this conversation. Yeah, so that's basically where we ended last time, with Yaj telling us to think it over and see if we would be interested in aiding him, and we were going to take our evening's rest.
And also received from some coins. If you mentioned that and I missed it, I'm sorry. But yeah, he received some coins from Anaho in exchange for possible magic item as well. And so before we kick the game off tonight, let's go ahead and do character introductions. And then some of you have leveled up. So if you've leveled up, let's go ahead and roll HP. And then you can talk about any additional feats or spells or whatever it is that maybe your particular skill set that have happened as you've leveled up. And let's start with you tonight, Rizia. Introduce your PC and let us know if you've leveled up or not.
I have not leveled up. I leveled up last episode. So my name is Vivi. My character's name is Rizia. Sorry, messed that up. Yes, she's currently a level 5 barbarian. Just had, a heart-to-heart with Yash Tocs, and she divulged her true feelings about him, which is ew. And and then she had a nice little heart-to-heart with Anaho, which is kind of like her first real connection, I think, with Anaho, being that he's one of the other characters who have been here from the beginning. So kind of interesting. We'll see how that works out.
Well done. All right, let's go to you, Rory. Tell us about Anaho.
Yeah, so Anaho, like Vivi said, spoke with Josh Toss about these coins in particular, wanting to see if he knows about them. Spoke with Rizia about basically that he's going to go forward wherever she's going. He's going to follow on that endeavor. Interesting to see where that goes, like Vivi said. He is all of 2'11", amazing, filling out, I would say. Finally, eating some food because of what we found out last time with his basically ownership of the drow to him. So, yeah.
Well done. Telliadir.
Telliadir, Runestar, still level 3, and he is.
You have to be close to level 4.
Half-elf wizard of some renown, and he has been enjoying his time viewing this group and trying to understand them.
You must be close to level 4. Now, have you not had any stream MVP votes? Because that counts.
I've had no.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes a difference. Yeah. All right. So everyone's aware, Telliadir has not had a stream MVP yet. So just be aware of that tonight. Josh, go ahead.
Hello, I'm Josh. I play Rasmus. He is a 3rd, now 4th level, because I finally leveled up from 3 to 4. There were 2 3-level characters, but now there are only 1. Keep that in mind for stream MVP. I am an Inquisitor, or he is an Inquisitor, and I'm gonna roll my HP. It is a D8. Hey-ya! That is below. Reroll. There we go. That is a 6.
Okay. And your con?
And my con, I think it's a +2. Pretty sure.
So it's a 16, 15, 16 on con?
Yes, it's a 16 on.
There you go. All right, so it's +2. So it's 8 points added. Now, what about feats, abilities? What have you added?
That is a wonderful question that I do not have the answer to.
Well, you act as though your DM gave you the experience points the same day as the game, and you did not have time to prepare. Why do you propagate this fallacy?
Let me see the exact time statement.
All right. So work that out. When you have it, let us know. Let's go to Elora.
1:07 p.m.
Yeah, not a long time ago.
I'm here.
Wait a minute, that means he gave it to you first.
Hello, everyone. I am Laura. I am a druid, half elf, level 4 of the plant domain. I have been trying to help as much as possible along the way by speaking to all the plants and the animals. And of course, I am accompanied at all times by my chicken companion, Henrietta. She is a very good chicken. Thank you.
All right. So is Josh the only one that leveled up?
I leveled up previously.
Yeah, I heard. Yes. Okay. So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and jump into the game tonight. And again, we'll do our sponsors and whatnot at the break. But thanks everyone for being with us. And here we go. Whoops. Hang on. Got it. And then that. And we begin. You are just an hour or so south of Delaric, in the eastern part of the Flanness, and as you have traveled now many days, you know that there is a time which is so important to Rizia. Anaho has escaped it. The rest of you have come along, and you met last night Tocs. You slept through the night, were unaffected through the evening. There was no issue of any sort of encounter. No one disturbed you. Yaj climbed up to the top of that rock, carrying those coins, which he would evaluate in the light of day. And now it's dawn the next morning, and all of you awaken, all the shifts through the night. Henrietta plucks and picks little seeds off the ground, moves around. She finds some worms that she digs at. The horses move around, just gently neighing and finding their opportunity to graze. A good night of rest for them, as they have been ridden quite hard. The new mount that was found, found by Josh by Erasmus, seems to be acclimating to the party. And as all of you wake up, wipe the bleary sleep from your eyes. There was no campfire last night. You eschewed that. And you all look around at each other as you pack up. Still no sign this morning of Tocs. And we begin there.
So I'll go ahead and go up to where I saw him going the previous night, if I don't see him down here.
All right, so Anaho moves away from the camp and begins walking toward the rocky escarpment behind you. The rest of the party?
I will follow with him.
Okay. Now
I'm just gonna keep watch this morning. I'm gonna take care of the horses, of course, and just kind of go through the motions of that as we get ready for the morning's ride.
All right, that leaves Telliadir and Elora lone in the camp as Henrietta plucks away at the ground, finds a plump, juicy worm. Almost with pride, she dangles it before you before she gulps it. And the two of you remain at camp as Erasmus tends to the horses and the other two move away to find Tocs.
And Telliadir is just, he is writing in his journal.
Elora?
Laura is kind of just watching Henrietta as she does her tending about to her appetite, and just kind of keeping an eye on the kind of the various directions that everybody's gone, as she looks up now and then from Henrietta.
Okay. All right. And as you, Rasmus, tend to the horses, you see your own steed. Now, day 2, again, seems to be going closer and closer to you. He nuzzles a bit, still wounded from what had occurred. He was healed, but the scars, the hair that's missing, still there, and he nuzzles closer to you. But you also sense innately there's some fear. Rasputin, which made his appearance, has spooked all the animals, and you sense both a bond and a fear being joined with this animal. All right, Anaho, Arizia, you start moving toward the rocks, and you see an amply provisioned man, a bit hefty in girth, but nonetheless jovial as he comes down, his garments gleaming in the sunlight, his rings catching each glint of the rising morn sun. And as he comes down, you can also smell the oils which have been freshly applied with much delight, and he walks towards you. Greetings, my friend. You have woken to another beautiful morning, as you see us Tocs, and of course I know, while you teased me just a bit, my fair lady, he looks at Rizia, but clearly I know you like the oils of Yaj, as all do, and I am here to greet you in the morn and welcome to a bright new day. Let's talk about both the things which have been given to me by Anaho. He rubs those 2 coins together. Also, I have something special for you, and he looks at Rizia.
Yash, sometimes less is more. But what do you have for me?
Less is more. This, you speak in riddles. Less is never more. This is contrary to logic. More is more. Less is less.
No, less cologne, more women is what I'm trying to say.
This is quite contrary to Yaj's experience. There has been no struggle with the paucity of women. They've been quite plenteous at all times for Yaj.
I'm gonna reach over and grab Rizia's hand, like just a moment of a touch of her hand, and bring my hand down. What she means, Yaj, is the smell that you put off is very delightful.
This is something Yash knows already. There are only those who are jealous of Yash, and this is fine. But I do have something for you, as I said, Rizia.
Oh, what is it, Yash? What do you have for me?
I could not help but overhear you last night, and I know what it is that you want. And he reaches down into his belt, and right by his waist, and he pulls out a pair of green, juicy melons. You have expressed a love for the melons. I have found these from the south, and Josh offers these to you as a gift. No payment required. I like to give the lovely ladies what they like, and you like the melons. Here you are. And he holds them out.
Okay, I've
You know
dated
what?
a lot
Yeah,
of
you're
people.
not as
This
bad
is a red
as
flag.
Wait, what'd you say, Josh?
I was like, I've dated a lot of people,
Josh,
and this is
I don't care. Shut up, Josh.
Suspended disbelief, Josh.
Shut your face. Shut your face hole.
the last woman that I dated that pulled melons out of her pants. It did not go well, I'll tell you.
It was not Rizia, so that was your first mistake. And Rizia, like her eyes all of a sudden just like widened, and she's like, you know what, Yaj, you're not as bad as you seem. Forget that less is more stuff that I said. And she'll reach out to grab them.
As Josh has been telling you so many times, I'm not a bad man. I am a good man, and I just have a way about me which, does occasionally get me in trouble, as I have admitted. But I heard your cry, and yes, I have traveled the lands, as I've said many times. These are melons from the south, the swamp marshes of the south, where some of the greatest melons are grown. They are sold all throughout the Flanness, and these are yours. Enjoy.
There's two, right?
Yeah, there's two. Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm so excited. Hang on one second. I don't have a piece of paper, so I gotta... can you please read out the description of these delicious melons one more time? Oh, glorious DM.
Yeah, all right. So they are roughly cantaloupe in size, a bright green, not the same ones like you saw in Relastra that had the orange stripes. These are a solid green with little white dots all over them. And as you squeeze the melon, it's firm, but has just the right amount of give to suggest ripeness.
Okay. You know, I've traveled quite far, Yaj, and I have not seen any melons on my travel since I left Rolostra. So these are definitely a sight to see and withhold. And she completely forgets about like what she's talking about because she's just like,
you see, Yarj, this is what she meant. You have less now. You don't have these melons, but they are more to her.
I do not think that's what she meant, but
That is what she meant.
Oh, so be it. Then you have a question, my friend, around these coins. These are valuable. And let it never be said that Yarj is cheap. Yarj will give proper due for all coin, for all a benefit that is provided to him. And as I look at these coins, I see they are an alloy of platinum and gold. The stamping, the minting is nothing I've seen before. It is very old. I will give you, if you wish to trade, you said 22 of these coins you have, yes? I will give you two options to trade these coins. One would be for yourself, and the other would be for your party. For yourself, I have this, and he reaches into his robes. He pulls out a long dagger. The dagger looks nothing like the one you have, but it is silver, has a tightly coiled handle, and it has little jagged teeth on the edge. And he says, this dagger is one which will not only strike, has an enchantment upon it, but will then provide poisoning to any of your enemies. It is a potent weapon. Or, on behalf of your party, instead of the dagger, you could choose these. And he pulls out 3 clear flasks. He holds them out. These are very powerful healing potions. 3 of them, each one capable of curing all wounds in combat. I think either one is a fair trade for these coins, but not both. You may choose.
I look at him and look over to Rizia. What are your thoughts?
I think the potions come in handy more so than a dagger.
Yarj, I know it is not much, but do you see any value? I'll reach down and I'll grab my dagger. Oh, no. Never mind. How about 21 of these coins and the 3 potions?
So it is, you wish to keep one of these coins?
Yeah, it was an interesting memento. But if it cuts the value too much, I understand.
This is agreeable. Never be said that Yash is not as generous with his partners as he is with his women. Here, I will take the 21, and you may have these 3 potions. And he hands them to you.
Rizia will look over to Naho. Do you want that dagger?
And with contemplation on his face, perhaps Rizia, what I've wanted over the years isn't what I should have been seeking. I don't know. I am useful with it, but it is fine.
And she kneels down, like Melon, like at her hip, like holding it under her arm. And she kneels down, just to meet eye level with Anaho. And then she kind of looks up at Yash. Yash, how much for the dagger? You be willing to part with it?
He looks at you for a moment.
She'll give him like a smirk and
What is it you have to offer in trade? Yash is a fair man, but not a fool. I will not give things away.
No. I'm not asking you to give away for free. Gold? For purchase? Or are you looking more for, like, oddities, like interesting items?
You intrigue us. What is it you have which would be an oddity or an interesting item? Yes, tell me.
Oh, no. I don't have anything interesting. I'm just asking. It is but a question. Just because Anaho gave you those different coins. That's why I'm asking you. Is that what you're looking for, or would I be able to buy it from you?
The coins themselves, I am unsure of their value beyond the alloy of the metals. These are clearly valuable with the platinum and the gold alloyed together. So I am not interested in things which have no value. I am a man who must travel and sometimes, as I said before, flee. However, I am always open to gold if this is something you have to offer, or if you have other oddities, which may be things I have not encountered in my travels. Yash is always open to these as well.
Rizia, this is not something you need to do.
I am not one for oddities. However, I do have gold.
He raises an eyebrow, rubs his chin, rings glinting in the morning light. How much gold is it that you have?
She doesn't have any. This is not something that she needs to do.
I have lots of gold.
He looks back and forth between the two of you, like confused.
Don't listen to him. That's literally what she'll say. She'll kind of like shoo off, like, I know, like, don't listen to him.
What about the colored potions? I got potions.
We have the potions. I want to get the dagger.
I got the other potions.
What
Huh?
other
The
potions?
colored ones from Phelan.
Oh.
Oh no, I have gold. I also got gold from Phelan, so we're good.
You play with us.
Will grin and just be like, Phelan, thank you.
Yaj, as he watches this banter back and forth, he steps forward, gives a flourish of his robe, the yellow lining glinting, and he kneels down upon one knee.
Don't do that.
It's actually fairly aromatic,
Okay.
but strong, still, nonetheless strong. As he kneels down, he says, "You are to do something for Yaj, I think. We will have this exchange to aid you in your journey. You are so persuasive, and you like the melons, which Yaj has offered. Only your agreement, your kindness toward Yaj." He flips the dagger up, and he hands it to you. No coin required.
Well, thank you, Yaj. As she reaches out, now tell me more about this thing that we need to do for you in exchange.
Need is a strong word. There is no need. It is an ask, as I said last night. I have run afoul of Count Dunstan of Nar, through no fault of my own. The irresistibleness of Yash is clearly demonstrated across the lands. That his wife was charmed a bit. How could a man resist? He took umbrage. Now there is a forbiddance for death in North. So I was compelled to do this thing in Spine Castle. A missing spy, he said. But Yarsh is no welcome inside Spine Castle. I would be killed within moments if seen there. So I fled. I make no boast of this. I am ashamed of myself. This is the fear, the fleeing, not my normal way. But I am also no fool. So what I offer you is, with this, and he kind of taps something under his cloak, I can send you directly to the council room of Count Dunstan, where you can take this burden from me. This gets you closer to your, and I'll pull this up again so everyone can see it. Monitor, and then here. So, as a reminder, you're all here just south of Delaric, probably half a day's ride. Where you're headed is all, so you came from Relastra, again, so you can see here. So you came from Relastra up through these lands. Now 14, 15, 17 days in, I believe, you're just south of Delaric. And what he's offering you is, assuming he's telling the truth, a direct transport all the way over here to Neural, which would put you in the Bone March, just south of Spine Castle, which would get you into the midst of the Raker Mountains, where your map shows you must go for the mission from Drox the Invulnerable.
And do we know how far it is to travel from there to the Raker Mountains, like where we need to be?
You do. So again, with this legend up here, that would be 50 miles at each point. Let's zoom in a bit more so it's easier to see. So it's probably 4 or 5 days travel. But Yaj has mentioned to you that he thinks the Count, Count Dunstan, could also give you expedient travel for his own benefit, not yours, to Spine Castle. So you might not need to travel. Also, Yaj says, this may not have been clear in my earlier conversations, but I will need to keep the horses. The horses cannot be sent with you. I can take them to a stable in Delric, where you can recover them, but I cannot teleport them with this.
What about a donkey?
You should not speak of yourself so.
I thought you called it a horse. Now you're calling it a donkey.
At the right time, right words are used. In those times, it is a horse.
It will take.
Now, it is a donkey.
It will take all the power of this talisman for the 5 of you. I cannot send either the horses, the donkeys. The chicken can go. Yes, that's easy. Chickens are small. No problem there. But no, not the large beasts. This is up to you. Should you decline, Yaj will continue south and flee more. Not the first time, nor the last time I will be fleeing. Your choice.
Yash, you know where we stand. We just need to talk to the rest of the group first. Do you have a moment to stay just for a little bit longer?
Bing! He flips one of the coins up in the air, catches it in his palm. Of course. Yaj will wait here and let the sun warm my cheeks. I love the morning time. And he pulls out a lute that's strung across his back and starts to play a jaunty tune.
Thank you, Yaj. And for the melons. And she kind of nods at him and looks over to Naho. I guess we should head down and see what the others think.
Yes, I would imagine so.
All right, the two of you walk back to camp. You see Rasmus finishing with the tacking and the preparation of the horses. You see Telliadir writing in his journal, as you've seen so many times. And Alora is kind of gently doting over Henrietta as she plucks around and clucks and walks over and nuzzles next to Alora's foot.
As we come back down, Rizzy will hand the the dagger to Anaho. I know you said you didn't want it, but I got melons, so it was only fair.
I will very, in a respectful manner, take it from you. Rizia, this was not something that needed to be done.
Need and want are two different things. And you don't need to come with me. But you want to.
And I'll just pull out my previous dagger and slip in the new one. Oh. Perhaps that is something I'll have to think about for a while. But in the meantime, perhaps this will come in handy for you. And I'll hand you my old dagger.
Oh, okay. Cool. Thanks. And she'll take it and sheath it. And we'll head down to the others.
All right. You re-enter camp. Alora, Telliadir, Rasmus, you see Anaho and Rizia resume to camp.
Everybody's around the singer. Oh,
By
sorry.
this point, the horses should be all done up and ready to go. They have their saddles on them.
They are.
Rasmus is, taking care of his horse now and just kind of looking over the scars and just speaking quietly to the horse.
Rizzy will come down, and you guys almost think that it's Yash for a split second just because we spent so much time with him. So the scent is almost like wafting still. It's that lingering scent. And you see Rizia come down, and she's got like 2 melons like on her shoulders like this. And she's just like hopping and skip, like on her bum leg too. She's just skipping down like towards you guys.
His pants.
I don't know. Undetectable charm.
The pants of holding. Gosh.
Maybe he pulled it out of his sock of holding. You don't know that.
Good point.
Now, to be clear, I did not say they were in his pants. I said he reached down to his waist. He had pouches on his waist, but you can let your imagination run wild.
Yeah, some say pouches, some say socks. Same.
So he had sacks at his side.
Rizzy comes down with her 2 melons on her shoulders. Alora, look what I got.
You have some melons?
I did.
Where did you get those?
Oddly enough, I got them from Yash
Where did he have them?
in his pants. Don't ask. It was a very odd interaction as well. I wasn't really quite sure either, but here we are, and I have melons. So
The ends justify the means.
don't question the means.
It was rather odd, but she seemed to like what he offered.
They're melons.
All right.
So,
About his offer last night. Have you guys thought much about it?
Well, it is up to you at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, Alora, Anaho, and I have been through a lot. And a lot of the decisions that have had to be made weren't my choice. And this is the first time I get to make a choice. And I choose to go. However, I will not bestow that choice on you. I will not force you guys to come with me if you guys do not want to come.
I wish to go.
And almost with a sigh of relief, she didn't want to force Alora to go, but she's like, please come with me. And she just kind of a sigh of relief, and she comes over to Alora, and she'll just kind of place her hand on her shoulder, and just kind of thank you.
Of course.
Rasmus?
Rasmus will look up from the horse. The dark elf that I hunt is not dead yet, so I'm kind of linked at the hip with the Naho.
Sorry, but yeah. Eventually you'll find him.
Hopefully.
If you can tell me more about him, I can also help you look, if that helps.
It was the one that we met, the night that I met you all. It was the one that came to Anaho. That is the one that I am hunting. So, as of right now, you are stuck with me. As he'll feed another slice of apple to the horse.
We'll tell him later. We'll tell him later.
Who's a good horse?
Yeah, you enjoy that time. It's not gonna last very long. Telia dear. She turns over to Telia dear. Again, she'll turn to Telia dear hands up. Because she's not gonna
The raven sits upon his shoulder, eyes you.
You owe us nothing. And I understand if you don't want to come. However, new places, new things to see, adventure, possibly
New things to write.
that, also that. But again, as I said, I'm not going to force your hand. The decision is yours.
And he doesn't look up from his writing. He continues to write. Pauses for a minute. Looks up at you. I think it's best if I stay here. No offense. You've got what you've got to do. But I've been on a lot of travels. I've met a lot of people. But I've not been manhandled in quite the same way as I have by this group. Do not take my words as a condemnation of what you did. But there are still things that I've got to do. I do not believe it's with you.
And very respectfully, she'll just say, that's fair. Although I do want to say, I did not mean to grab you in that manner, and my intention was not to attack. More just to give Alora the space she needed to do what she needed to do.
And as you continue further, use your words more than you use your hands.
And sometimes words aren't enough.
As he'll turn back down to his writing.
Elia, dear. If this be the parting path, do you use spell books?
Indeed I do.
Well, then perhaps this here, I'll shuffle my pack around with my stubby arms, reach through and pull it out and flip my pack back on. Although I do wish that you, stumbling over those words I just uttered, although I do want you to come. Perhaps this will do you more good than me. And I'll hand you a spell book, but it's the spell book I found in the sewers when we were searching for a spider's companion.
Elliot will take it. Won't open it right now. We'll set it down by his side. And nods at you.
There is still time to come with and experience new journeys.
I understand that. But I've made my decision. And I'm confident in what I've decided. Don't fear. Maybe a time we run into each other again.
Perhaps you learn to make that hole deeper. Specifically, and I'll wink, 2 miles deeper.
Possibly someday.
Possibly.
So, and I guess it's time, as Rasmus is going to get 1 foot in the stirrup and then swing his leg over to the other side.
Would you mind bringing those up to the top there where Yaj is?
Easily enough, as he will try and, Laura, sister, it might be a little easier if you just kind of let them know. It'd be nice to follow me for the timing. Or you can leave them. None of the two. I don't want to tell you what to do.
Rasmus?
No, just let them bring them up there. It's okay. Yaj needs We need them all in one place.
I was gonna say, I was like,
she's kind of like looking at him like, I think more notice is better.
I wanted to try and make an insight check, but I was like, nah, Rasmus is just kind of going through it. He's like, yeah, whatever, sure. Dang it.
I'm very confused.
Anaho, I think it's better that we tell them now than later.
I don't understand where you all tell jokes, but okay. You're okay.
And she'll turn more specifically to Rasmus just because he was the one that's tending
They
to the
still
horses.
need to be in one spot.
Honey, sit down.
Yeah, I think you should sit down for this.
I'm currently on the saddle. It is as much sitting as I can get. What is going on?
She kind of like is like gently like patting the horse, like just not wanting to have this conversation.
Mom and Dad, what happened to Lucky?
And like it's like uncomfortable, and she's like trying to like not make as much eye contact with you. It's just like you did a wonderful job preparing the horses this morning, Rasmus.
It took a while, especially the third one. Let me tell you, like, it was way too hungry. I tried to bring them to water, but you know what they say.
They've actually had cramp in their hind quarter there for a couple of days. That's probably what's. I was talking to her earlier.
That makes sense. I'm glad that you can talk to them. That way we'll be able to have an easier journey ahead.
So it will be easier.
Rasmus, the horses, they've been through a lot, and we've pushed them.
Oh yes, that's why I've been trying to take care of them as much as possible, because they've been the best possible companions we could ask for. No, oh sorry, I keep interrupting you. Rizia, please. Oh sorry, sister, what were you about to say?
I would say it's true. They have been very helpful and have been faithful and have not let us down once on this journey. In fact,
They're practically part of the party at this point.
You see, Rizia. This is why, Rizia. Every time.
Listen,
family.
We're already losing one part of the party.
So, listen, guys. You know, these horses, we've pushed them quite far, and they've done quite a bit for us, and I think they deserve a break. Unfortunately, Yaj is able to transport all of us, but he's unable to transfer the horses. However,
Or
he
the
did
chicken.
say... No, he did not say the chicken. He said nothing about the chicken. Don't you? Do not. I need Alora with me. Do not.
He did say something about the chicken though. Like, he said, yeah.
He didn't say anything about the chicken. First of all, I'm just gonna throw that out there.
The chicken can
exactly.
go.
Alora's face. That's exactly why.
No, he said the chicken
can
could
go.
come. He said he was fine with the
Yeah.
chicken. Did you miss that part, Vivi?
No, I missed the
Oh,
chicken part. Sorry.
yeah. I want to make sure we don't confuse the fans. He literally said.
You probably said that first, like the first thing you said. After
The chicken is small enough. He can. Yeah, he just can't do the larger beasts as
Yes.
part of it.
Okay, so he's unable to take the horses with us.
Chicken tacos.
However,
Sorry, Laura.
Henrietta can come, and he promised to take the horses to a stable to be taken care of. They're not going to be
That's
left
good.
here alone.
I'm glad. He won't be putting any of his smelly stuff on them, right?
I don't think so. However, if he is going to ride them, I might say that there might be some residual oil residue left over, but you know, it doesn't last forever. Only
Yes.
like 3 years tops.
Yes.
Horses have very sensitive noses. Those poor animals. But alright, if they're going to be safe, that's really the most I care about.
And Henrietta gets to come with us, Alora. So, I mean, that's a
Yes.
plus.
Yes.
And she, like, reluctantly and very slowly looks over to Rasmus. What does he look like?
Rasmus has just kind of like a blank expression of just like listening, nodding, a slight furrowed brow. All right, so I'm still to take them up to Tocs?
Yeah, and he will take care of them for us.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was not lying. He needs them all together.
Yeah,
I know that, but at least give them time to process instead of getting up there and then telling them there. At least they
That's
have
not-
the walk to digest the news.
Well, I guess it's best to get all of your items off of the horses, as they are on all of the horses.
Telia, dear, if you need, you can take a horse with you.
No. Muted.
I appreciate that.
Are you going to take one?
Yes.
Okay.
In the beginning, you're leaving or taking a different path. What is it that you still need to accomplish? Where may we find you?
I'd rather not say. I apologize, but I don't trust you.
Oh, great talking to
I'm
you.
not-
Hope you have a great one, as he will begin riding the horses to try and get them up the cliff.
All right, so I have you all now in front of Yaj Tocs. You can move this around as you would wish to, but so you're all kind of walking up there. Teliadir has a horse kind of lingering toward the back as he watches all of you, the steed that he has ridden to this point. And Yaj looks up. Then what is it, my friends? You have decided. Would you assist Yaj as I may assist you, or do you choose to head south and or north and ignore the opportunity to work with Yaj? Why is the little man with the bird? Why is he standing in the back? Is he not traveling with you?
No, he is not. It is just the four of us. 5, including the chicken.
Yes. Don't forget Henrietta.
Can never. Never forget her.
Then this is acceptable to Yaj. I would like to have all of you, if possible. This is a very dangerous endeavor, but if he is not willing to go, I would have said Yaj has never forced anyone ever in my life, neither man nor woman. If this is what must be done, it shall be done.
Question yours.
Yes.
Because one has chosen to not come, can a donkey come?
I mean, same.
And he'll look back at Rizia, just they're good at carrying things.
He rubs his chin. I think, yes, I think the one who can do this. If we remove the pouty man, then perhaps we can have the donkey go with us. Yes.
Yes, that would be good. And I'll just look back at Teliadir. And perhaps sometime I will find you near Hamlet or in the region, in that region. Perhaps. I do hope so.
Before we go. And Laura will walk towards Teliadir. And she will hold out a white lily toward him. For you, to bring you luck, wherever it may lead you.
And he'll take the lily, nod, and put it in one of the pockets on his coat.
Be safe. And watch for poison. There's a lot of it around here. And she'll just kind of turn around and walk away.
Rizia will just turn to Teliadir, keeping her a safe distance. She's not going to move or anything. Just turn to her body and just give him a nod.
Would you call it a nod of knowing? I'm just curious, just to...
No, it's not a nod of knowing. Teliadir does not like Teliadir and Rizia do not get along very well. It's more of a polite, like, nice knowing you kind of thing.
All right.
Yeah,
I was
just
just
based on their
verifying.
based on their like relationship. Like she's just kind of been cool. Well, Yash.
If this is the will, then bring all of the party close. And I guess the donkey as well. Bring him as well. And join here close to Yosh. I must tell you, Count Dunstan is not a bad man. He's well beloved by his peoples. But Spine Castle, the place you will go, is very dangerous. It is filled with humanoids. It is not a place that is kind to those of Havling, human, elven, dwarven. It is filled with orcs and hobgoblins and those of the gnolls, as you have seen here on the South Roads. It has been overrun in the Bone Marsh, and I'm sure that Count Dunstan will give you similar counsel, but I advise you be very careful. Yaj would not have you die, not simply because it would be bad for my business, but because I find you to be somewhat entertaining.
So, Yash, before we go quickly, on a scale of 1 to Relastra, how bad is this place?
1 to Relastra. The hopelessness of Relastra is also found in Spine Castle. But there is no Animus, there is no Drax the Invulnerable, there is no Fiend Sage. It is more of a wild land. It is more ruled and judged by those who are unkind and brutal, but don't possess the demonic powers and the undead sense. So it is bond 1 to Relastra. It is a 6, I think, is what you're asking.
Not bad then. All right, let's go.
All right. Anyone else? All right. He steps forward. He pulls out from his cloak a wand that's a twisted, sort of circular, twining blue, looks like glass. And as he pulls it out, he hovers it over you and encourages you to all join hands and get close together.
I'll join hands with whoever. Probably not whoever. Probably grab hands with Rizia, and I'll put my hand on the donkey and say, "You're a good horse. Now come with us."
Rizia will then reach for Alora's hand.
All right.
Oh, put your other hand on the donkey, not horse.
Wait, we forgot about Rasmus. That was holding his hand. As we kind of make this inner circle. And
You've got this inner circle of people touching a donkey, and Rasmus is standing there like, wow.
And then Rizia will like turn to notice that nobody is holding Rasmus's hand, so she'll let go of Alora's, and she'll reach back to Rasmus, and is like kind of like, "Come on."
It was that awkward moment where in like elementary school where you went to get into the group of everyone holding hands, and you step forward and the group closes in front of you, and you're just kind of like, okay, I'll just stand here. Yeah, that's effectively where we're at. And so finally when you open back up, he's like, okay, yep, thank you. He'll step in, have his pack on his back, all his armor on.
As she actually reaches up to hold Rasmus's hand, she'll actually kind of pull your arm up like this, just to kind of take a look at the black stuff that's on your. It moves, right? It doesn't.
Yeah.
Not stay.
Yeah. You see it. It kind of slides. Occasionally, you'll see it kind of go through the neck. You might see it a bit on the wrist. Every once in a while, it kind of briefly comes across his forehead. It seems like it's moving beneath the skin, but there's no disturbance of the top layer of skin. It's just a darkness that moves occasionally across his body.
As she looks over to Rasmus, we still need to have a conversation about this.
There are many more conversations to be had before then. Yes, Tocs, if possible, now would be a good time.
Good luck to you, my friends, and let it be said that Yarsh has greatest respect for all of you. Godspeed to you, and you, and he points at Alora. Never forget, milady, there is a place for you at my side, should you wish to it. Yarsh is quite enamored by you. And if you wish, and he tosses you something.
He'll take it.
You see it's a small glass vial.
What is this?
Please, open it. You will see.
He looks at it. I thank you.
As you're holding it, even sealed, you can smell these are the oils of Yaj Tocs. And he says, without even opening it, it's so pungent. This is to remember me by. Even on the road, when you grow tired, you go weary, you can always uncork this, and the Yaj will be brought to your remembrance.
So good.
And then he holds out the wand of glass. He holds it over you, and as he waves it back and forth, there's a coruscating light shimmering that happens over the top of each of you. And as it grows, there's a bit of vertigo that strikes you. You feel disoriented. Teliadir, you stand back and you watch this happen. You can see the swirling of light around them, and then with a sudden and without warning moment, everything vanishes, and they are gone. Teliadir, you stand by yourself, alone, amidst the ruins. Spring morning. What do you do?
He's gonna stand up, look at the area.
Will you take the horses to Delric, or shall I?
I'm sorry, say that again, John.
Yaj says, will you take the horses to Delric, or shall I?
I'll take one horse. You can have the rest.
As I would suspect. Then Yaj will do as Yaj has promised. And he gathers the reins of the 4 remaining horses and starts pulling them to the south, or to the north, rather. Leaving you alone.
And Teliadir is going to attach his journal onto his waist, and he's going to pick up the book that Anaho gave him, and just kind of under his breath he's going to say, "Oh, look at this another time. For now, it's time to travel." And he slips it into a pouch on his side, goes over to the horse, deftly makes his way onto it, and heads south.
And with that, we will go to break. It is our one and only break. It's a short night tonight, so we've got about an hour and 20 minutes left in the stream, as the rest of the party has been ushered forth to the town of Gnarl, and Teliadir has departed from the dead. Not a bad place to depart. If they're called the dead, maybe that's a good idea. And we will be right back here at Blue Box.
We might want to do a rescan, new marketing idea.
We will leave.
So the dead is not the best idea for keeping new.
The Grateful Dead. I mean, come on, Grateful
I'm
Dead.
not really helping with being like the son of darkness and all that, trying to lean into that whole thing. So like, we could just go full dark party.
So as we're going to go to break now, and we will keep the mics hot as we always do. It was difficult when Shorewind left. Teliadir actually, it makes a lot more sense. Teliadir actually has encountered a party which is quite insane and has exposed him
We're insane.
to trauma.
It's
I don't,
honest, though.
I don't like seeing a party member leave, and of course, Terry, we're going to have another character, which again means I've got to work with Hob. I just lost.
No.
Okay,
we might be able to incorporate what she has done for Teliadir.
Okay, we'll
also
go ahead.
still need new artwork.
What's that? Yeah, exactly.
Why? Because nobody's ever seen that artwork yet. Nobody's ever seen Teliadir's artwork. Am I correct in that?
That is correct.
All right. Well, I can work around that image in the creation of my character.
Okay.
Unless reason not to.
So be it. And by the way, I really like this. This is part of the story and the openness to the decisions of the players to be real and to follow their PCs and what they would do. And I think this is in concert with what Teliadir would do. He saw Anaho, he saw Rasputin, he saw Anaho shoot Alora in wolf form. He's seen the craziness of this party, and he was a somewhat logical fellow. It makes a lot of sense that he would say no, and I love love that my players feel the freedom to do that. So well played, and Blue Box will be right back.
Ever mysterious Tim, I am not a drinker. I am a very cheap drunk, so one glass of wine will have me on the floor. Wine gums over are a yes. I do love wine gums. They're delicious.
All you did last night was, oh no, your character didn't drink. Oh yeah, she did.
I did, but did you read my thing?
Not yet, I haven't.
My homework? Okay.
Because it got here late. Yeah.
You know what? Better late than never, sir. I can't remember.
Valid
Hang
point.
on. Let's see. Boop-a-doo-boop-boop-boop-boop-a-doo. Let me just squidgy switch for this thing again. How do I find... Where is it? Where is it?
Oh, where's my hairbrush?
Oh, where is my hairbrush? Oh, where, oh, where, oh, where?
Oh, Veggie Tales! You have children.
Where's my hairbrush? Of course.
Boom. Boom.
You know, this is the first time it happened twice now.
Vivi character. Yes, that was me. I was Vivi character.
What?
What happened to you twice?
Oh, I think it was twice or once. I don't know. I'm still trying to think about it. So, Anaho has literally all but a couple of his items have been gathered from other people. Wizard died, took the spell book, right? Phelan died, whatever. Anyone died, he
Liam.
took stuff. Liam, Phelan,
Moria.
I did not take anything.
Rasmus.
So who's up for the Stories of the Dead tomorrow night? Or the Voices of the Past? Can you join us on LMA, Josh? Tomorrow night? Talk about Liam and Phelan. If not, that's okay. I'm putting you on the spot here.
As of right now, I don't think so.
Okay, no worries. We'll find another
Vivi
night.
and I have to go out tomorrow.
A date.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Is your cousin jealous?
Do way better. Come on.
What? That we have a date?
You could do.
No, you could do way better, he said. And he's right. He's right.
Then
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, you could do way better. You could.
Stop your
Down
face.
like this.
Stop. Shut your face right now. Shut your face hole right now.
You
Don't
could
make
definitely
me
do better.
me
Are
do
you
it
kidding
again.
me? You could do much better. Sorry, Josh.
Shut your face hole. Shut your face.
But Josh, would your cousin be upset?
Of what?
I only met his cousin very briefly.
I was gonna say,
But he seems
Josh
like a
isn't
super
doing
cool guy.
He's making a joke towards Kristen.
Yes,
No.
exactly. You can water your wine like the Romans. Exactly right, Tim. Water that wine down. Hey, good to see the ever mysterious Tim. Josh, I'm sorry I didn't see you earlier. Hey, Keith.
It's okay.
Welcome everyone. Patrick. Yeah, bye, Felicia. Exactly. Yes,
Even
Jerry.
with the watered down wine, I feel like I would still. It just doesn't agree with me. Alcohol.
That'd be so gross.
It's actually though. It's actually a genetic thing.
No, I meant the watered down wine would be gross, not your inability to hold liquor.
Well, I can, but it's like an allergic reaction almost. Like
Yeah, well,
it's not fun. Yeah,
it's a
not fun
blessing.
at all. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not missing out on anything, so I don't
That's
feel
what I
bad
mean.
about it at all. Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing missed.
Okay, hang on. How the heck did I add this?
Oh, so what I was gonna say though
Delete.
is
Yes.
Anaho has legitimately never gained anything out of his efforts or been given anything. Legitimately gifted anything.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, remember he explained a couple episodes ago, which I'm surprised you don't remember. You should remember everything.
Well, you know me also, so give me some credit.
His dagger was use this, you're on a mission, but he's never owned anything. He's just acquired things.
And this was your first gift. Interesting.
So he actually traded and gained the potions, and he was actually given the dagger. That's why I was like, nah, don't do this. This isn't necessary. Don't do this. Perhaps there's a sense of debt or something.
Oh, I see. No, she's just giving it to you. She's
That's not
That's why, but that, yeah, I know, but that's why she said like needing and wants. Needs and wants are two different things, and it's like you didn't need to come with me. You wanted to come with me, so she's like she wants to do this for you because let me tell you, she's got a lot of gold in here because you know who had a lot of gold? Phelan.
Phelan had a freak ton of gold. You want to know what I?
That's why when you said that, I was like, oh, well, thank you, Phelan.
It's Phelan's money. That's Phelan's money. Dang, you know how much money I've been sitting on? Like, dang, like I was like, I'm gonna loot him.
Never speak that too loud.
I know. Yeah. I was gonna loot him, and then Josh sent me what he had, and I was like, dang. I was like, you were carrying all that. I was like, okay.
Phelan was not loaded. Liam was loaded.
Yes.
And gosh, like when Phelan went to leave, he cleared out all of Liam's stuff because he's like, I'm not coming back here.
Yeah, he took everything. So now I
Yeah, man, there was so much more to Phelan's story.
I know.
Like, Liam was great and all, but Phelan was great.
I love Liam for that first, like, half episode.
Yeah, it was good to have him for, like, 20 minutes.
So, Josh, thinking about this, I've never used this dagger before, so Rasmus can heal himself. So I could use it on Rasmus.
Absolutely not.
Aw, thanks, Scott.
Sadly, I did not get any new feats for this level, which makes me sad.
Oh.
But I was able to get Cure.
You got plenty of arms. Dad jokes for that.
And once again, you gave me a hard time for my beholder joke earlier today, and you say that.
Excuse me, please tell me that beholder joke.
Okay, so earlier today I was painting a beholder because, like, a big beholder.
Life size.
Yeah, life size.
Excuse me, are we even friends? Like, what is happening here?
Well, now that you mention it.
But anyway, so he was cutting some plexiglass to repair the eye of the beholder, right? And so I was like, oh, look, that plexiglass is beautiful, and because it's in the eye of the beholder.
The beholder. Perfect. That is perfect.
It was terrible.
It was absolutely
it was
really terrible.
It was terrible.
Oh, Terry, we got to get you a bowl that just says Terry on it, and it's your Terry bowl.
Terry bowl.
But I have my Terry Bowel.
You do.
Hey, thank you, Scott, for the 5 gift subs, my friend.
Obsidian risk number 1.
Could you speak?
Now seating. I can speak Terry vowels.
Terry bowels.
Oh no! Look, it's his Terry Owl.
That was terrible as well. Enough with the bad jokes.
There it is. I sent
Terry
it in.
Power.
There is never enough of the bad jokes.
Maybe you should check your chat.
My chat?
Our
Where?
chat.
Our
Check your chat.
Chat your
Hey,
chat.
John, a question.
Yep,
Can clerics
Like
be
our-
neutral?
Me and you chat?
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, clerics can worship any god, and there are neutral gods.
Worship an evil one.
So the only restriction, well, and you can play evil, but my sort of rule with evil is you must communicate with the DM at first, and we do not make that public. You're going to be a betrayer. We don't do full evil parties here for lots of reasons, but neutral, absolutely. A cleric could be neutral, could be chaotic neutral, could be lawful good, could be. If you're going to be evil, then we can off stream when we talk about the
I
story.
don't play evil.
Can we just be evil? Let's just play evil.
No.
I am not an
like
evil
Allura,
player.
and I cannot be evil. Sorry.
You
Druids
can,
are true neutral. Period.
I
End of
agree.
sentence.
And neutrality is a perspective.
And a perspective is like when you're drawing, you're looking at the perspective, then you need a horizon line and vanishing points and those sorts of things.
Exactly. So you can look at it from different perspectives and different angles and go kill a village.
Oh, kill a village. Kill a village.
They've been hunting deer to extinction, and they've been ruining the environment. Time to kill a
Hey, Sam. Hey, Jeff. Welcome. And and we're going to kick off the second half of our session tonight, and it's been fun so far. Some surprises already happening, but I love that. Well played by all of my PCs.
I'm going to roll some dice.
As well you should.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to start getting my sets rolled and see things. That was terrible.
All right, here we go. And Blue Box coming right back. Here we go. All right, welcome back to Greyhawk Awakening Book 2, number 29 or 28 of 79. And we are rolling along here tonight. We have a giveaway. We'll have maybe a second giveaway, depending on how we do in the back half of the stream. But tonight, I love this module. It's a fun module. What Evil Lurks from Sword and Sorcery. This is a Lightning Source reprint, and it is gorgeous. It is designed for character levels up to 8th to 10th, and it's a cool module. It's got all the maps. You can run this into any campaign, any world setting that you want. It's got, look at this wicked dungeon. This is awesome. Very cool dungeon mapping here. A fun module. So we'll give this away tonight. And depending on how we do in the back half, we may have another giveaway. All right. Sponsors. Let's go around the room. I'm going to give you, Hob, Josh. I'm going to give you, Rory, Mantic Games. I'm going to give you, Evelyn, Mike Disney. I'm going to give you, Terry, Ferox Fabrication, and I'm gonna give you, Vivi, Cozy Gamer. All right, Josh, go.
Hello, everybody. The sponsor that I'm talking about is my lovely and incredible friend, Cowboy Hop. Cowboy Hop has done every single piece of artwork that you see on this stream. You see Alora, Rasmus, Teledir, well, not Teledir yet, Rizia, Anaho, and our past most and wonderful leader, Taldar. Handsome.
I haven't brought myself to remove that image yet. I'm struggling to let it go. It's such great artwork.
Gorgeous.
I know. It's who I want to be.
It's who we all want to be. Yeah. But all of the artwork is done by her. She still has one commission slot open. So anyone who is interested, go on Instagram, type in Cowboy Hob, COWBOYHOB, no spaces, and reach out to her via direct message, and she can get you set up for a commission. Incredible artwork, 1000% worth the money. Go do it.
1000%. Well said. All right, let's go to you, Rory.
So Mantic Games, what they do is they create miniatures and terrain. Mantic Games creates miniatures and terrain. And if you want them together, you can get their terrain crates. That's what it sounds like. That's what it is. Terrain crates. It all comes together. It is pre-assembled but not pre-painted. So if you want to paint, you can still paint. So go to Mantic Games to get their miniatures and their terrain at Mantic Games.
And Mantic Games also has launched a new board game line as well. So fun to see all the stuff they're pushing out. So great. All right, let's go to you, Vivi.
Hello, my sponsors, Cozy Gamer Dice. Go to cozygamer.com. What kind of dice do they have? They have sharp dice sets, gemstone dice sets, metal dice sets, wooden dice sets, and cozy dice sets. Also, dice storage, and the ever so infamous rubber ducky dice set that you can always hear and see Terry rolling. As well, I'm just looking online. There's this really cute dice rolling tray that's a cat. It's actually really cute. Loki kind of wanted it's pink and it's got a tail and everything too. So yeah, Cozy Gamer Dice.
Well done. Evelyn.
Yes, I am here to talk about the wonderful, the incomparable Mike Disney. He is a mini painter. He is an artist. He is incredible, and you can see him pretty much every day on Twitch. So check out his link tree. It is in chat right now, where you can find everywhere you can find him on the internet. It's Instagram, Twitter, and on his Twitch channel. Watch him paint minis. He was also the incredible creator of the Overgord, one of the coolest monsters there is in all of tabletop RPGs. And yes, so give Mike a look on his link tree.
Nicely done. Terry.
Ferric Fabrications. Did I say that right?
Ferox. Mm-hmm.
Ferox. Sorry, Ferric Fabrications. Makes lots of different things, including one of the things that I've been trying to win every time they come up, which is the mini holders, which are amazing. They make a variety of other things too. See, there it is. That's what I want right there. And every time John raffles one off, I don't even get into the top 5, and it's like, oh, one of these days. They're so pretty, but beautiful wood burning / engraving / CNC routing, I believe, is pretty. Yeah, thank you. Laser engraved. It's stunning stuff. So check it out. The link is there on there with the link tree. Phenomenal.
Bravo. All right. So we resume. Wait for Evelyn to come back. I guess we can ask the question, of course, every time we need to, while we're waiting for Evelyn. If you're watching tonight and you've not followed, if you're she came from beneath, from the depths. If you're watching tonight and you've not followed, if you're a follower who's not subbed, if you're a sub whose sub is expired, we have one question for you tonight. What are you doing? Come on, give us a follow, give us a sub. We appreciate it. And now we resume our session. After the momentary disorientation, you find yourselves transported into what looks like an interior room inside a castle. As you look around, you're feeling a sense of, as I said earlier, vertigo, and your feet. You look down, you look around, no sign of Teledier, of course, but the remaining of you, and of course, a donkey in this room, which is very odd. You look around, there are candelabras which are casting illumination on the walls, and several surprise guards. Some have long swords, all in plate mail. Others have crossbows. And there is a tall man, probably well over 6 feet, dark hair, chiseled features, and he does not look surprised at all, as though he understood that you were coming. Perhaps even you would presume, not difficult to intuit, that he was told by Tocs that you would be coming. And he stands at the far end of the room. He does give a slight raise of the brow toward the donkey in his castle, and he looks up at all of you and says, "Well, it seems yours has done more than I might have expected. Welcome, my guests." And if you'll look at the screen, you will see the throne room.
Just a question, John, because it was hard to hear with Yaj's accent. Who are we meeting?
Count Dunstan.
Dunstan, okay.
Welcome, friends, or may you so be called. You are here in service of that scoundrel, that vagabond, he who forced himself upon my wife, for surely she would have done nothing of her own will. I regret that the penalty of death was written off our laws 2 years ago. I would have given that to him. In lieu of this, he was bound, indentured to service, and he is apparently, as he sent me via message, that you are to be in his stead. Is this true?
Yes.
Why? Why would you do this for him? He is a scoundrel of the most despicable nature. And if you look at your screen, you'll see a picture of Count Dunstan as well. And this is from Dragon Magazine 148. It's a cool module we're adapting here, so don't look it up if you're one of my players. I'm going to change many things anyway, like I always do, but this is actually an image of Count Dunstan from Dragon Mag 148 up on the screen. He pulls his hair back. He's got a noble chin and a kind demeanor, but you see a haunting in his eyes. He has been hurt and betrayed. Why? Why would you aid this scoundrel?
In aiding him, I aid myself. This isn't about him. And she'll pull her sleeve down just to show the glyph. Unfortunately, I've been marked by Drax, and I don't have much time.
By Drax? The ruler of Relastra?
Yes.
Why? What does this mean? As you hold it up, the glyph now a good 6 days down.
Okay.
The candles casting illumination on it. The donkey brays. And the rest of the party, what are you doing? Not praise, Josh. Braise. I'll send you a lexicon, my friend.
Anaho is just by the horse, petting it.
There's no horse here.
I understand. Petting it and just letting Rizia explain what's going on.
Rasmus looks over at the praying horse that is being pet by Anaho, and will just kind of stand his ground to Rizia's right side, with his hand just resting on the pommel of his sword. Just listening.
Laura just kind of looks around with this space a bit skittish. This is definitely not her environment, and she's a bit uneasy here.
The guard's tense. You see the one with the crossbow, he has it knocked, pulled back, ratcheted. The others have hands on swords. The pommels resting and gripped quite tightly. You see white knuckling. There is concern. There is a definite sense that you're a dangerous crew. But Count Dunstan seems at ease, and he leans back. So, tell me what this means. This glyph, this sigil upon your hand from Drax. Why would he care about you? What would this mean?
Oh, he doesn't care about me at all. I'm just merely the person to retrieve something for him. And I've only been marked to do so against my will.
I'm sorry. I don't normally find myself feeling daft, but I'm feeling a bit daft now. I don't understand what you're saying. What is the purpose of this? Why?
I need to retrieve an item for him. A bone of some sort.
A bone?
Rasmus will kind of tip his head towards Rizia in a look of no more. We have been told to come here in the service of you, dear Lord, and we are here to fulfill such obligation.
Well enough, then I see you're not going to tell me more. Let it be known I'm a noble man, and my wife is a good and noble woman. That she was deceived by the scoundrel Yarj is no besmirchment of her honor and dignity, and I would not see it so. I have a spy, or had a spy, in Spinecastle. I don't even know his name, such as the protection that we have. I can give you a place that you may seek, but his missives became scarce and then vanished altogether. It seemed he had found something of import. There was a key that was spoken of, and this key was of great interest to us. It was the key to Spinecastle, and as the humanoids have overrun that place, I feel there's a fear upon our land here in the Bone Marsh that these humanoids may march upon the rest of our lands. My spy in Spinecastle was giving me the information I needed to be able to deal with this threat and to presage any imminent invasion from these creatures. It's been now 2 weeks since I heard of him, and this is what I collared Yarj Tocs with, and apparently he has collared you instead for it. I would ask that you would go there, and I will dismiss his vile crime. You see, he looks down for a moment. He trembles a bit. You sense in this man a nobility, but also a struggle with the cuckolding that he's received. And he looks back up at you, a tear in his eye. I could do naught but what's right by my people. If you will do this, I recommend you be disguised. Mercenaries, slavers, traders. You cannot look as you do and head to Spine Castle.
That is not the problem.
What's wrong with the way that we look?
You? There is nothing wrong with the way that you look.
Thank you, sir.
Razos will look at himself and his beat up and mangled armor and the scars on his face. Will I need to change very much?
I am more concerned. Oops, sorry, I went to Yash. My bad. Too much Yash tonight.
Did we see him?
Sorry, my bad. No, sorry. I am more concerned. Sorry, go ahead, Evelyn.
I said, oh, it's a paling.
Yeah, exactly. I am more concerned with the lovely lady with all the flowers in her hair and the tiny little halfling. They will not fit in their current form. You, and he looks at Rizia, you'll fit in quite well. And you, he looks at Anaho, native to the city, but not these two. Never too much
What
Yash.
he's saying is you don't look like a slave
Or a slaver.
or a
Or-
slaver. You're not big and bad enough. That's funny.
Razos will actually look a little like... Wait.
So, Count, are you saying that Rizia looks like a slaver, and I like a slave, or both of us like slaves?
What I'm saying is there are many orcs, half-orcs, gnolls, hobgoblins. The humanoids run the city. Humans are typically slaves. Halflings are less than slaves in the city.
There we go. Looks like we know our marching orders then, with a leader at the front.
And with that too, like always, just like that deep sigh where she's like, "No." Alora,
Yes.
are you thinking something?
I am trying to consider what it means to be not what I am.
Is not necessarily not being what you are, but knowing when to show what you are and hide what you are not.
I see you also speak in riddles.
I just mean when you're supposed to be a slave, be a slave. Look the act. But in time, pull out those lovely, thorny wooden fists of yours. Just not right away.
Well, of course.
You know, because it's a cruel world out there. You know, but the chaos can be a beautiful thing.
Razos will look back to the Lord. Besides just the direction in the city, do we have anything more to go on to try and get this key?
As I said, it was for the protection of the spy. I don't know his name, but I can give you a name. The innkeeper, Grelbeck. Grelbeck is himself an orc, and he oversees the keep, or the inn rather, the tavern, where my spy would often communicate.
And that was how you got the information, is through Grailbeck?
It would be relayed, yes. The Black Gauntlet and Taproom is the name of his establishment in Spine Castle, and I would get the information from him. I should also say there is a passphrase you must know. If you wish him to speak with you, the passphrase given by my missives was, "I am looking to buy some shoes from Bellport." You say these words to Grubbeck, and he will know.
Well, that is handy because I don't have any shoes.
Your type often don't. Well, did that seem a bit discriminatory? I meant nothing by it. Your feet are quite furry and noble.
Yes, they are comfortable. Count, how far does your reach span? How magnificent is your kingdom?
You patronize me, sir.
No, I'm curious.
No. I know when I'm being condescended to. My reach does not span far beyond Null. I am a man who is trying to keep what he has. I do not have any reach here in the Bone March. We are constantly accosted by all manner of humanoids which are trying to destroy our kingdom. And I am a count, not a lord. This is my place, and my wife is a good woman.
My deepest apologies, Count. I am not from anything like this place. What I am from is similar to what we mutually want to eradicate from Spine Castle. But I am not familiar with your ways, so my apologies for misspoken words.
Yeah, well, no apology necessary. Trying times require desperate measures. Will you take my counsel? Do you need supplies, basic provisions?
That would be good.
Would it be best for us to be mounted entering the area? How far is it from here?
It is some 200 miles, but the same... Well, I'm assuming, as I would suspect, that Yaj used the wand I gave him. I have another such wand. I can send you directly to Spine Castle. Mounts cannot be sent. I suppose this wretched creature you have here, which is fouling up my room, could also be sent.
Yaj is not here with us. This is the donkey. But he'll kind of crack a smile towards the Lord and do a little nod.
He like, for the first time, you actually see levity in his face. We agree that my friend, loosely so called, is quite pungent and odorous and a bilious member of any community that he travels into. I suspect there was some sort of enchantment that was used to beguile my wife, for she would never have fallen for such a knave and a recalcitrantly evil, vagabond, despicable.
That's also kind of like, hey, buddy.
Come back to me.
He stops. He looks down. He's trembling in anger.
How do we get back once we are there?
I cannot bring you back via the wand once you're there. You'll have to travel on foot or procure horses there in the city, which is possible. Once you're there, you're outside of my control.
You mentioned the key that you were looking for?
The key to Spine Castle. It's a rumored artifact. This is what my spy was seeking. It's a way for me to try to fend off the humanoids which are attacking our lands.
So is it a literal key?
I'm not certain. This was what my spy was trying to discern. He went silent some 2 weeks ago, and I fear for his safety.
No.
This is
Count Dunstan? Dunstan? You want us to retrieve the key. What of your spy?
no. I do not ask you to retrieve the key, though should such boon befall you, I would be grateful. What I ask you to do is determine the outcome of my spy. Where is he? What's happened to him? I fear for his safety, and should he be compromised, I fear for my own safety.
Okay. Got it.
So
Your spy has a name? You just keep referring to him as your spy.
He doesn't know the name.
He doesn't know the name. He said that a few times.
I'm sorry. She is clearly distraught. I will say it again. I am prevented from knowing the name of my spy for his own safety. Grelbeck was my relay in the Black Gauntlet, and he knows the name of the spy, or I presume, but I don't know the name of my own spy. This keeps him safe, and keeps me safe, quite frankly.
So, the group that I am with tends to excel at what we do. If I'm understanding correctly, you want us to understand his safety and secure it if he is alive, so that both he and yourself are protected. Are you also wanting us to eradicate what is taken over the castle?
I suspect this is well beyond your means. I do not send you to your deaths without any sense of remorse. I send you to a dangerous mission which was meant for Tocs. You have chosen to go in his stead. I wish to know what has happened to my spy, and if there is any word of the key. Beyond that, to take on Spine Castle en masse is a death sentence, which I do not send you to.
Understood.
So you see some servants come in. They bring supplies, drink, food, a bit of hay for the pony, and and then they retreat, leaving these in a pile in the center of the room. If you wish to rest here for the night, you may, or if you wish to travel on, you may.
I think we are well rested. What time of day is it, do you?
So it was morning. It was instantaneous travel. So it's still, it's now sort of, let's call it the 9th hour beyond midnight. It's just still mid-morning.
Yeah, that sounds like we may want to get adjusted first. I have a disguise kit of my own that I have not used for a little while, but perhaps, as the Countess said, doing what is necessary for Erasmus and Elora so that we all look a little bit natural to the environment. And then head out. No telling who might see us when we land on the other side.
So his soldiers drop cloaks before you, and he looks up with a bit of chagrin on his face. He steps forward. Young Master Havling, I must recommend you yourself appear as a slave. And there is no disguise which will make you seem to be one who belongs in Spine Castle as anything other than a slave.
It is more natural than you know, Count.
He gives you a quizzical look and just nods. So be it then. So there are weathered-looking cloaks, holes in them, quite dilapidated, dropped on the floor. There are paints dropped on the floor for eyes and for face, smudges that can be created to create a sense of road travel and weariness, and his guards step away as they drop these before you.
Yeah, well, I'm going to use his stuff, because that just means I have more for later, because I have my own stuff, so if he's providing, I'm using his stuff. And I'll help out whoever needs help in fitting the look.
All right then. Are you ready?
Plus, we'll throw on whatever the cloak is. Actually, before he puts on the cloak, he's going to look at it. What color is it? What does it look like?
It's like a dirty brown. Looks like it's been dragged through mud and dust. It's meant to connote a sense of road weariness and travel. Frayed at the edges, holes in the sides.
Yeah. He kind of tears one of the holes a little bit bigger. We'll then put it on.
Okay.
I'll walk over to Elora. Elora, are you familiar with the environment we're going into.
Oh, I can't say that I am.
Then with your permission, I will assist you. But it will be different. But just remember, you got to give something in order to gain something. So, I can help you fit the look.
All right.
So
Start carefully plucking flowers out of her hair.
when you step forward, so she would have to bend over. She's too tall for you, so she'd have to like let you.
Everyone.
And then you suddenly feel a puck, 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 puck. You look down, you see Henrietta is pecking feverishly at your foot to try to ward you away.
Alora,
Yes.
might I suggest, if you don't want to disguise yourself as that, how often can you change your shape? I saw you do it before when we were fighting the gnolls.
We can do it once a day for a few hours.
Might be an option. I don't know how long it'll take us to, or how long we'll be in there, but
If I can disguise myself with this cloak until I get a good place closer, then I can change into an animal.
okay.
It would
Right.
give me about 4 hours in that shape, so we would have to work expediently.
Okay, good to know. It seems very odd. Like she's just looking at Anaho. Like, are you letting him take the flowers out of your hair? Oh, I was gonna say. I was like, dang.
And yes, and Henrietta is plucking and punching at your foot.
Well, I guess as he's putting like the stuff on your face, Rizia would come up and like grab the hood of like a cloak that you'd put on, and she would just put it over your head. Perhaps this is a better alternative.
And what Alora would have done before she put the cloak on is she would have tucked the tips of her ears, the points of her ears, into her hair as much as possible to disguise it, and then she would pull the hood down over her eyes and her face as much as possible. So really, it's like kind of like that scene in Lord of the Rings where Aragorn's in the tavern where you just see his nose and mouth. That's kind of the vibe.
Love it, love it, love it.
Just remember, there is no proper language. There is just the dirt that you walk on. Just imagine you're the dirt. And by the way, and I reach down,
You take a particularly
shoo the chicken away from
you get a particularly pointed peck to your foot as you reach down and you try to shoo Henrietta away.
You know, I'm gonna try to grab Henrietta. Not violently, not by the neck, but I'm gonna try to grab her.
Okay. Roll to hit, please.
You
Throw
can
it
certainly
portal.
try.
Pecking at my feet. I mean, we gotta roll at least once, so.
Battle music.
It's like 10d8.
I'm teasing. No battle.
What do I add?
All right, so give me your give me your base roll plus your dex. This is not a strength roll. This is you're trying to
Right.
catch a chicken.
Dex is a +2 in my base roll. Or just base roll plus dex, so 17.
Yeah. All right. So you reach out. I mean, she was pounding your foot, so she's right there. Alora, you see Anaho gently but firmly reach down and it's good because he's 2 feet 10. He doesn't have to lean over too far. He grabs Henrietta and holds her.
I grab her and I go, look, it is because of you that you came with us. Or because of me that you came with us. Please stop pecking at my feet. I like my feet. And I'll just stare at the chicken eye to eye.
Can you really stare at her directly like that if one eye is on either side of her?
Yes, you can. So you have the chicken eye to eye. Alora, any response?
Oh, what do you think you're doing with Henrietta?
I don't have the comfort of boots over my feet. I am protecting my feet.
All right, well, it would be easier just to give her to me and I can put her back in her satchel.
And like handing a skunk away, like, here you go, all yours.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alora will gently tuck Henrietta into the satchel inside the cloak.
All right, Henrietta vanishes inside your cloak, and Count Dunstan sighs. Is that quite enough? Are you ready?
Oh, got to go get my horse. Yep, now I'm ready.
He looks at the donkey. All right, then, so be it. And in moments, you see he pulls out a very similar wand, curled blue glass. He waves it over you, and in seconds, you feel the same sense of disorientation and vertigo. You materialize in a city. You can smell the stench. Offal and refuse all over. You see there are humans as thralls being dragged around. You see orcs, gnolls, hobgoblins, other humanoids. You see goblins actually walking around the city. You appear in shadow. No one seems to notice that you're there. And you can see the sun still mid-morning in the sky. There has been no passage of time. And you have again, so to bring this back up just so you can see, you have gone from, in moments, this morning, you have gone from, as Tocs promised, from Delaric, just south, all the way through Nurl, here, and now transported to Spine Castle, here on the edge of the Raker Mountains, just outside the Loft Hills, in the Bone March. And yet, this quick movement brings you no solace or comfort. You know you are in a hostile area.
Am I able to get a glance at how people are interacting? And what I mean is, if there's slaves out and about, are they being drugged by chains, ropes? Are they
ropes?
Not walking
Ropes primarily. Some just follow with obeisance behind their leaders without any sort of physical restraint, but most are held by ropes. And again, the noise, the stench. Not Relastra, in some ways worse, in some ways better, but definitely uncomfortable.
I did not think about this, everyone, but perhaps Rizia, you seem to be the most appropriate to fit in. Perhaps we can all be tied, or appropriately following in obedience. I don't know how you guys want to pursue this. Rasmus, any insight, or Alora, any thoughts of this?
DM, are there any animals that I can see visible kind of around this camp area?
Yeah, there are several. I mean, you see there are chickens, there are small, farm-based animals. There's a furtiveness to them all. There's obviously fear. They've been kicked. This is not a kind place for animals, but you do see them.
Okay. Thank you.
One rooster pops around the corner, kind of clucks and walks towards you, almost like he scents Henrietta. And he moves so slowly towards you, his plumage. He gets closer to you.
Laura will kneel down.
Hello.
you like doing this to me. I know it.
We're not
so you're
using speak with animals this time.
You're
just so
not?
you know.
Okay. Oh, okay, good. Thank you.
I'm just talking to him normally.
He kind of sniffs at you, ruffles his feathers, and kind of moves closer to the pouch where you have Henrietta stored.
Yes. You seem like a friendly fellow.
And she'll kind of just reach out to him and kind of like try to scratch his neck.
Okay. Roll animal handling, please.
Okay.
No, Josh.
Is it 23?
Yeah, he kind of backs away at first, but then he allows you to ruffle his neck and his feathers. And everyone roll d20, and then Alora, please continue what you were saying.
In this,
Rolled a 16 on the die.
Thank you.
What did you roll, Rory?
oddly enough, I rolled a 19.
Oh, come on. You're supposed to be with me. Down here, where I rolled a 7.
In the moment that Alora is reaching out for this chicken, I will look up at Rizia. I don't know that this will... We should not be seen. Just remember. Side of the jaw, not the top of the head. Aim here, not here. Just remember, I am your slave.
I apologize for...
Don't. Just let's go.
Okay.
Rasmus will be keeping an eye on the area while this is happening. Like Razi dropped, he wanted to know the environment.
All right, so who had the 19?
I had a nat 20 as well.
Oh, you had a nat 20. Okay, all right, so we had 19. All right, so let's come back to Alora. What did you say further to this amorous rooster?
She was just like, yes. And I lost my train of thought because I rolled and things have happened since then. So that's all I remember. I don't remember the rest.
All right.
Here, rooster, rooster, rooster. Come in my bag.
Well, you see he huddles close to you, and actually you see a nervous sort of glance over his shoulder, even as Rasmus and Anaho look up, and you see there's a band of what are clearly drunken orcs wandering directly towards you. The greeting party of Spine Castle. They got some pretty ones there. Right, well, let's go talk to them. And they start walking directly towards you. There are 5 of them. One woman, which is quite stout, and she seems to be the leader. And the other 4 follow behind. As they walk towards you, she walks forward. You need to give some tribute here for going to enter the city. You smell like strangers.
What kind of tribute? Rizia will step forward, and before stepping forward too much, she'll turn to Alora, and she'll say, "Hey, leave that rooster alone and come back here, or you won't like what's going to happen. Stay in line."
Yes.
Go ahead. Sorry.
She just said yes. Stood up.
Well, a normal tribute is a slave. We'll take him. And she points at Anaho.
No, these slaves are mine.
No, they're not. And the others behind. Well, let's just do right for him then, shall we? Let's just be about it. I think we should. And you see them reaching for weapons.
And she'll reach for hers too. As she pulls out her great axe, she said, I didn't stutter. These slaves are mine.
Roll intimidation, please.
Oh yeah. Yes, I can.
And I'm going to roll as well.
Intimidation is pretty good. 13 plus 11?
So 24. You see, she hesitates a moment, but then you meet eye to eye, and you sense something. You know, among the orcs, particularly among the orcish women, there is a sense of rivalry. She cannot back down. Call it a misplaced honor. She steels her jaw. She looks over her shoulder. All right then, so be it. And it is initiative.
Oh, they like each other.
The DM has a 4 on the die.
That's me, right?
Yeah,
Yes, it's you.
They're like Rizzy, yes.
5.
Okay, you get the jump. You see this look, and you see them all reaching for weapons. Although I will tell you, and just you see the one here, the largest one in the back. He turns, and he lets out a call. And you recognize the language in Orcish. He's telling something to come.
Interesting. Okay, well, I gotta deal with what's in front here.
The rooster hides behind Alora.
Pardon me?
The rooster hides behind Alora.
It's a big rooster. We're fighting a giant cock.
Josh, gosh. All right, I'm going to let you guys figure out what you're going to do for... Give me 1 second here. I've got to deal with something here around the corner. I'll be right back. And you guys can figure out your combat order in a moment.
Are we
I'll go first.
fighting? Because we are slaves.
You are slaves, so maybe let me just see what I can do first, and then.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, worst case scenario, y'all are gonna have to.
I mean, you can call on us like chess pieces, like
yeah, that's kind of what I'm
gladiators,
saying,
in a way. This is where you truly get to choose the role of the leader.
And you thought you had a choice.
Yeah.
But yes, it doesn't make sense for us to be equals.
I'm excited. I am in danger.
You might die.
You're in danger. Yeah, Alora can't die. Just so that it's known.
All right, we're starting with you, Rizia. What do? You have the leader, the female orc, standing in front of you. You have the 3 others directly ahead of you. Thank you so much, Pat Draws, for Rizia. That's 4 plus 1s for you, Rizia.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Nicely done.
You.
And then you see the one that is turned, a gnoll with a heavy backpack, just sort of hustles his way out, like he recognizes danger and tries to get out of the way.
Okay. I will attack the lady who's challenging me right now.
Oh, let's go, Caesar! Plus 5 to
I will
the DM.
actually. Oh well, hang on. Let me roll.
2,000 Caesar gave me 5. Thank you so much. Let's
We
go.
don't need any more death. Question
birthday?
DM in regards to the +1. Do I need to announce them before I'm using them, or can I use them after? And also, do they stack? No. Yes. No.
You have to do them before. So you tell me, and if you have 5, then you could cash all 5 in for an advantage. But that all must be done
so
before.
I would have to tell you before I
Correct.
roll that I'm going to use a +1.
Correct.
And I can't use. I can use them all. Like I can use all +4 if I want
Yep,
to. Okay.
yep.
Well,
Also,
here we go.
Until the end of the session, you get 500 XP instead.
I will roll. Use one of my +1s then. Just just in case.
Yeah.
All right. You step forward to the orc in front of you.
So 15 plus. I'm attacking with my great axe. So +9. So 15
Oh, that's a
plus
hit.
9?
That's a hit. Yep.
Oh yes.
Maybe you got another +1.
Thank you. Kindly 7 plus.
Oh, nice, Jerry. Thank you. So 7 plus what?
15.
15.
To hit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm raging, and I also have a power attack.
All right, you step forward. Your axe cleaves into her shoulder. A spurt of blood flies out. Ah! She cries out as she pulls out her.
Looks her dead in the eye, and she says, "I'm going to tell you one more time. These slaves are mine."
you see the bloodlust in her eyes. There is no coming back from this. She is hurt, but the others are rushing forward, and we're going to go now to Alora. You're in front of Rasmus, and then of course Anaho as well. So we'll start with Alora. What are you doing?
What are these orcs wearing?
They mostly have leather armor. You see a couple of bits of, plate and, sort of pauldrons that cover shoulders, but they're wearing studded leather by the most part.
All right, so the one that is the female orc that Rizia is fighting, is she wearing anything? Is it similar to what the others are wearing?
Yeah, leather armor. Yep.
Huh?
Yeah, leather armor, and she's pulled out a long sword, but she's wearing leather armor.
So, which one of them has like the metal pauldrons on?
So these two here, both the ones on the left, they each have some pauldrons, some studded elements, and then this one here, who's turned his back and is shouting to the side, he also has that. This one has a crossbow that he's leveled and is pointing directly at Rizia.
All right, so the one on the left that's kind of close to the female orc there.
This one, yep.
Alora is going to cast heat metal on his armor.
Ah! Okay. And remind me, is there a DC save on that?
So let me double check because it's on his armor directly.
Hey, we got a hype train going. Thank you so much, guys. Unusual to get a hype train. Oh, Pat Draws, thank you so much for Killer Rizia. And we got some for Alora from Wayne. Oh, wow. 1,000 plus 5 more for Rizia. 200 for Alora, for Rasmus. Teledir's gone. So Wayne, damn weirdo, tell us who you'd like to give that Teledir to go extra to. DM would be a good choice. But you could choose someone else if you want, but the DM would be a good place to put it. All right, so is there a DC save on that?
Okay, so yeah, there is a will save.
And what's the DC?
17.
17. All right. I'm going to go ahead and roll it here on the screen. I like doing that on this. So he does have a small bonus to will. It's a +1. So you all have it. All right. So the metal starts heating. What's the damage?
Okay, so then that is creature takes fire damage if its equipment is heated. It takes the full damage of its armor, which it is. So, first round of the spell, the metal becomes warm and uncomfortable to touch, but deals no damage. So this round, it does.
So no damage. He just feels the heat.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make a perception check for him. Oh yeah. So he recognizes you as the source, and he starts rushing toward Alora. And that will be his round. Well, no, actually, it's only 5, so he'll get an attack this round, actually. All right, let's go to Anaho.
Duration 7 rounds, okay.
How far am I from... Nah, that's probably not it.
I mean, it's all pretty close combat here, so let me pull this up. He's rushing forward, simultaneous action, so you're like, Whoops, let me get rid of that. You're probably 5 feet. No, 14 feet from the first orc that's charging toward Alora, which would put you about 16 feet from the female. And then from the orcs in the back, about 17 to 30 feet on them.
Okay. And so if I use, say for example, if I use the ring, I still can only move the 10-ish feet
Correct.
To do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's an action like a spell or an attack.
Okay. I will move between Alora and the orc.
Wait, you're stepping... hang on here. I want to make sure, so... Between Alora and the orc charging her, so you're going to step in front?
Yeah.
That will provoke an attack of opportunity if you do that.
Angle, but
Can Can you not see? It should
now
be.
I can, yep.
Yeah, it should be. So you're going to step there. That will provoke an attack of opportunity. You do that?
From who? From who?
From the orc
Why
that's
would-
charging. It's all simultaneous action. If you're stepping in front of her, that's an attack of opportunity for him. Thank you for the follow.
For some reason, I'm not
Please.
tracking why that is an attack of opportunity.
Can you enter another creature's space?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not sure if I'm not being clear. Yeah, you're rushing into a place where he's rushing. You're entering the space, which is his range of threat. His threat range is that club that he's bringing down. So if you step there, it will provoke an attack of opportunity. So
Not used to that.
yeah. So do you want to do that or no? I'm not making you do it. You have the choice. He's focused on a lower unless you step between them.
Yeah, I don't want to do that, but can I spin around the back side of them 10 feet, kind of to the behind or other side of Rizia? But I still want to take an action, so only 10 feet.
Oh, so the backside here around Rizia? So this way, underneath this awning?
Yep.
And you're going to come around. So let's measure the distance. You were here. And yeah, that's going to be your movement then. So you can get here. I'll give you that 15 feet instead of 10 to come around the side of Rizia, but no melee attack. You can release a missile attack, but you're not close enough for. All right.
I'll go ahead and do that, and I get to use point blank because I'm within 30 feet.
Yep, you are.
So
Toward-
that will be
Toward the leader, the female orc. Thanks for the hype train, everyone.
Yeah, towards her.
Okay. Roll.
Let's see, roll to hit. That would be a 23 to hit.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
And point blank is 24 to hit. So that's a +1 on damage. So that's going to be 6 damage.
Okay. Your bolt
Yeah.
slams in. She lets out another cry. She looks badly damaged. And now we go to Rasmus.
Following Rizia's lead, does it look like Rizia wants help in this fight?
I mean, I'll let Rizia respond, but my read would be Rizia feels quite comfortable with what she's doing. She's feeling very confident, but yes,
Not with the, you could tell just based on like, just being there, you could tell like, you can attack everybody else, but leave her for me.
yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
He's gonna bow a little bit, keeping the act, and he's gonna whip around the left side of Allura to try and make a swing on the charging one, but I understand that does prompt an attack of opportunity.
Well, no, so you're not trying to interpose yourself between them, so that's not an attack. You're kind of stationing, so as he comes, then you're going to get an attack. There's no attack of opportunity because he's entering your space, so go ahead and roll to hit.
Well, before that point, he's going to be running forward, and seeping from underneath the armor will come this shadowy sort of mist, as he's going to use one of his judgments for protection, and it's going to up his AC by 1.
Nice.
As he's going to come in and swing. Come on, don't F me! Ooh, that's actually really good. That's a 22.
That is a hit.
Holy poop! Wow!
Don't be so surprised.
I am surprised. I almost always miss. It's very depressing. Okay, not bad damage either. That is going to be 10 damage.
All right, you step forward. Your blade slices. Let me see here if the creature diverts from Allura and looks at you. No, as the pauldron is heated, it is focused on what it recognized as the source when she lifted her hand, and it is still bearing down upon her. And that concludes the party, I believe. And now, the enemies. So, this one swings toward Allura, brings a heavy club down. Remind me of your armor class, Allura.
28? 28.
18.
I don't think so. 18. Hang on here.
Jeez.
Golly.
Good Good question, Pat draws. Does Henrietta get an attack?
I would allow that if she wants to. Now, that would also make her a potential victim of combat. It's her choice, but yes, she can get an attack. This one swings forward. The club does strike and hits you in the shoulder. You take 7 points of damage. Boom! Slams, the spike digs in. The one in front here, the woman, she is badly damaged but not retreating. The bloodlust in her eyes. She hones in on Rizia and she swings. Let me roll on the screen here. It's fun to see.
No, thank you. That's what happened. That was my demise last time.
That's a miss. You bat her blow away. Now, the other three. This one rushes forward, and that 10 feet. I think that's right. Actually, let me double check here and make sure I've got that distance right. So from there to there. Oh, no, so it rushes forward. There is no attack this round. It covers the ground. This one lets loose a bolt, and the bolt is also targeted at Rizia. And let's roll that one. That is a hit.
Crit hits.
Not a crit. That is a hit. And the bolt sinks into your shoulder. You take 5 points of damage. Thunk. Black-fletched, heavy, thick bolt sticks out of your shoulder. But all of this pales in comparison to what happens next. The one that was calling from behind, the one that moved away from you and shouted, you hear steps.
No, thank you. Thank you for the offer, but no.
And from behind the corner, let me bring this up on the screen so you can see. Heavy footsteps fall. And at the call of this orc is a creature standing over 15 feet high. Massive club in its hand. 2 heads atop its torso. And as it walks forward, the ground trembles beneath its feet. And we go to initiative, round 2.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You won last time, so you're rolling again?
Don't mess up. Come on.
Sorry, I rolled a 2.
2.
And I rolled a 2, so we roll again.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna roll on the screen.
I only got a 2.
All right, so roll again.
3.
And the DM has. Wait, I didn't even roll. It's stuck. That doesn't count. There we go. What is it? A 1. You have initiative again.
No.
All right, so let's start with you, Rizia. You are surrounded now. You have 3 of these orcs all in proximity, one bearing down on Alora as his pauldron heats up further. The leader and this one raising his club towards you.
I'm just solely focused on, I'm pretty sure that's the old me. Is it not? That mini is the old me, isn't it?
Is it? No, this is the right you.
It's not?
No,
Oh, I thought that was the old me.
No, I'm sorry. Yes, this mini. Yes, this one. Yes, this is the old you. I'm sorry. Yes, I missed it.
That's
Yes.
what I mean.
Yeah, it is. Yes. I'm sorry. My bad. Yes, you are right.
Yes, I do. It's good. No, I'm just. She is like dead focused on her. She doesn't care about anybody else that's around her. Like she's just gonna be dead focused on her. She will attack again. Just a reminder that she's enraged and she has power attack. And I do have some pluses, so just let's use some of them. You know what? Let's get a little wild up in here. Let's use 4.
Let's go. Thank you, Pat, for the sub.
Thank you very much, everybody, for helping me out. Hey, yeah, definitely needed that. 9, 10, 11, 12. 21 to hit.
That does hit barely.
Okay, good. I rolled an 8 on my die, and then I had a +4 and then +9 for my great axe. So thank you guys very much, Lee. help. Ooh, nice. I rolled an 11 plus 15, so 26 points of damage. With her great axe.
26?
Yep. I have power attack plus my rage, and then I rolled an 11 on my d12.
Describe it for me, please.
Yes.
Oh, she looks her dead in the eye, and just like as she's raising her great axe and she's coming down, just hitting her right in the clavicle. You should have listened to me the first time I told you. These are my slaves, and it looks like you can't fight for yourself. And she'll come down right into her clavicle. You can hear the clavicle snap as her great axe comes down to it, and she falls to the ground. As she falls to the ground, Rizzy will actually stand and place a foot on top of her body.
Oh, that's a boss move. All right, Anaho.
Bridget, do you have cleave?
Yes, I do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I do have cleave.
You have
Right,
cleave,
I can
yeah.
attack because I'm
So then
me.
you can choose you can choose. Well done, Rory. Thank you. So you can choose the one to the left or the right.
Cleave last time, but I was mistaken by what it is. But I can strike a foe.
Kill the one
Exactly.
on the
Yes. So choose the one to the right, which is in front of Alora, or the one to the left, which is right, which is in front of Anaho, or the one to your left, which is in front of Alora.
I'll do the one. Which one looks like? If I'm looking quickly, which one looks more hardy?
They look very similar. Now this one has his pauldron heating and seems to be more urgent, but they're very similar. They're orcs clad in similar garments.
Okay, I'll go to the one on the right then.
The one in front of Anaho.
Yes.
All right, roll a hit.
Ooh. 8 plus. This one.
It's your
I
full
rolled
attack
something I did,
bonus,
but I
like
didn't have
your
the plus
your
4.
first.
Hang
Yep.
on. Where is my thing? Plus 9.
So 17.
17 to hit. Yeah.
It bounces off his shoulder pauldron
Okay.
and does no damage. Your axe sparks against the metal, and now we go to Rasmus.
Wait.
Is it okay if I let Alora go before me?
Yeah, sure. Alora.
So the heat metal on this round does 4 points of damage. And then I'm going to cast Spark Skin on myself.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
You see Alora's body covered with this bark-like covering as a tree would have, and suddenly even her face, her skin, her hands have this covering upon them. And now we go to Rasmus.
And that brings my AC to 20.
20. Okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna make a swingity swing. Long sword attack. That's going to be an 18 to hit.
Total?
Yeah.
That misses. Ting! Clangs off his body, his armor. Although he's kind of hopping back and forth foot to foot as it gets hotter and hotter on his shoulder, you smell the scent of cooking orc. And behind you see this giant monstrous creature pounding forward. Now we go to Anaho.
So, just with this creature approaching and me being so absolutely tiny and by a wall, can I hide from him?
Yeah, I mean, you could. So, can you see on the screen here? I know there's a 2-second delay. You could duck behind this wall. He would not see you.
So I want to do that. So that I
Okay.
can use my sneak attack.
All right. So.
If that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying. To
all right.
get
So let me
comfort
roll here. Hang on, 1 second. He does have 2 heads.
He
So
does.
he's got 4 eyes. He's watching quite closely. But let's see here. Oh my goodness! A nat 1 on his perception check. You have the strong sense that he is not paying any attention to you. When he was called forward, he is looming toward Rizia. The massive club, you sneak behind this and you have sneak attack.
Perfect. Sweet heavens. Is he within 30 feet of me?
Yes. let me double check here and make sure I'm right. Hang on.
No, you already said yes.
Yeah, he's like 15 feet away. He's close. You can smell his fetid breath.
Get out those oils, man. Now, let's see.
Yes.
So let's-
Where's Yaj Tocs when you need him?
Okay. Thanks, Rizia. I appreciate the comment. I got a 10 to hit.
Total?
Yeah, I got a 2 on the die, and then I have a +8 for my crossbow.
Thunk. He's got a big rope belt around his waist. Your bolt sticks in that belt in the rope and does no damage.
And I would, if possible, like to ensure that I'm covered again.
All right, so you slip back behind. Yeah, you're well covered.
Oh yeah.
Now, they go. The one closest to Allura, recognizing that his... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, nothing.
He knows the heat metal was coming from her, and as it's burning his shoulder... And no, her AC is now 20, right? Mm-hmm. That's a miss. Your bark skin, you dodge out of the way. The club strikes down the side of your arm against the bark, doing no damage. This one in front of Rizia has rushed forward and...
Question. Did they all, kind of get scared? Because I just took down their leader in like 2 swings.
No, I rolled the morale. No, they're in a bloodlet. This guy coming behind them has given them courage. They feel quite confident. This was their enforcer. This is a greeting party in Spine Castle. So they have done this many, many times, and they are quite confident that their muscle is going to quell it. Oh my goodness. Not a good night for the DM. That's a nat 1 on the attack roll. So now we roll to see if there's a fumble. And
Fumble.
your armor class is... No, that's a fumble. Holy crap. I have fumbled. This is not good.
Wait, is that the big boy?
Go fumble yourself.
No, it's not the big boy. It's the orc right in front of you here, this guy. The big boy is only closing now. So... All right, let's roll percentile dice on that, and here we go. Not bad. All right, 25. Let me pull that up. So as this one rushes forward to attack you, he swings the club. The bolt from Anaho swings past his face, and while it did not hit, it stuck in the belt. It distracted him. His club goes over your head. Boom! Hits the wall and jars him. He loses his attack next round as well. Now, the crossbow, this one closes, no attack, but he is now in the midst. You are surrounded. And the one with the crossbow also aimed at Rizia, and he fires. And that is a... That's a hit. Thunk! Another crossbow bolt slams into your opposite shoulder, and you take 6 points of damage from that bolt. But now, the big boy.
He says, "Hey guys, can't we just be friends?" And they're like, "No, get to fighting." And he's like, "Please, it's my dream to be a chef." And he has a little rat underneath his hat.
Ratatouille. He steps forward, and we're gonna go 1-2 is Rasmus, 3-4 is Allura, and he has the ability to swing over the top. He's got the reach, so he does not have to enter between these. He can swing over the top. 5-6 is going to be Rizia, and he swings for... Rizia. As he steps forward, Rizia, he lifts a massive club. Shadow covers you. He looms almost 12 feet tall. The massive club comes up. As it swings down,
Yeah, he crit on me.
well, he has to
That's
confirm.
John's crit face.
He has to confirm.
No.
That's what I mean.
My
That's John's crit
God.
face. I know what John's crit
If
face
the
looks like now.
last member
Especially when
with
he's
the
critting on a
sigil
player.
died.
That look on his face when he
No.
looks up from his
Not
dice
true,
tray,
not true,
I
not true,
can
not
see from
true.
a mile away.
Not true. All
Our
right.
last member with the sigil dies.
So with that, we close tonight's session, and we'll pick it up from here next week as the club descends upon Rizia. There's a crack through the air. It hammers, and we'll see what happened next week.
Why am I having like some Millie PTSD over here? Like some mean Millie PTSD, because it did not happen the same thing where he crit and then he waited till the next session.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, I did. Yes, it is.
So, Evelyn, I need to talk to you about how you came to terms with the death during those times.
I like that old school. He said resting crit face. You got resting crit face. I love that. That's fun. All right. So quickly, it's a Vivi short night, so we need to wrap this up. We're going to go around and do who should be stream MVP. Telliadir is disqualified because he is no longer part of the party, but I loved what he did tonight. Well done, my friend. In fact, no, I take that back. We'll allow Telliadir to be an entrant into the stream MVP, and if he wins, it'll go to his new character. All right, let's start with you, Josh. And the giveaway tonight again is the module from Sword and Sorcery, What Evil Lurks? And so we'll do exclamation point. Let me get this up before I tell you so you don't do it before it's actually live. Keyword will be exclamation point lurks. Lurks. That's in the chat now, should be up and ready. Exclamation point lurks. Pop that in the chat. You will be eligible for the giveaway tonight. And I'll put that in our... There we go. Yep, that's it right there. You got it. All right. Go ahead. Why should you be stream MVP?
Rasmus should be stream MVP for being a good little puppy this session, kind of just following orders, being his good old shadowy self, trying to protect Allura to no avail, or at least try and maybe not protect, but just to change the orc's course of action. But she's fine. Rasmus might not be. Same with Rizia. Something with the R names is up. But that's about it. Rasmus had to part with a horse and try and calm a noble.
Rasmus, you will be rolling for Necromantic DM.
Necromantic.
And I've seen Necromantic often in chat tonight, so just let us know you're still here. You must be present to win, and I'm sure he is present. He is always present. He is Necromantic DM. Rory, go ahead.
Here, he said.
Anaho. Why should you be stream MVP?
So now should be stream MVP. I know that, huh? Because Squirrel. Now should be stream MVP for his interaction with Yaj, right? The 2 coins and his choice amongst the potions or the dagger, and choosing the potions. And then with Rizia, the interaction with the dagger itself, like, hey, yeah, no, don't, that, nope. It's Balin's money. Yep, okay, let's do that. Also the RP with Count Dunstan, just kind of the unfamiliarness with that environment, the preparing the other people with their disguises to look more like slaves, and of course, and absolutely cannot forget, he managed to bring his horse.
Yes, his horse. Well said. All right, and you will be rolling for tonight.
Who do I got?
Lord Forth. Nicely done. All right, let's go to Telliadir.
Telliadir should be stream MVP for his player sticking true to the story.
Well said. All right, and you will be rolling for 2000 Caesar. Wow, he was up this weekend as well. So you've got Caesar. I know he's on. He's always on. And now we go to Allura.
Am I unmuted? Good. Allura should be stream MVP. Sorry, I wasn't sure. For her RP with bidding goodbye to Telliadir, and also the RP with the party prior to leaving, agreeing to go with Rizia, it's much to Rizia's relief, and being the chicken whisperer apparently, and to casting heat metal on an orc and making him have a really, really bad day. So yeah, that's what I got right now.
I love it.
Just RP and that stuff. Yeah.
Well done. And you will be rolling for Keith. Roger, let's go. All right, you are up for it, Keith. And then who'd I miss? I think you, Rizia, right? Why should you be stream MVP?
Rizia should be stream MVP for her RP with Yaj and her RP with Anaho, in the sense where she bought a dagger for him with his money. Oh, also finally getting melons. Can I first say that, please? Actually,
yes, you got melons.
I finally got melons. And then buying that, offering to buy it. She got it for free, but she offered to buy it for Anaho, and explaining to him that wants and needs are totally different things, and that almost as like a gift, because he didn't have to come with her, because she kind of feels isolated since she's the only one with the glyph left, and these wonderful people are still wanting to come with, except for
Telliadir.
He's like, no thanks, bye. But no, it's very true to his character, and that's why a lot of the reasons why Rizia didn't even bother trying to really convince him otherwise, because of the relationship that they already had. And then, slaying that orc lady who tried to take me out. Like, don't mess around.
She made a mistake.
You won't be around, and I won't say the actual.
She made a huge mistake.
That's exactly what happened.
All right, so you will be rolling for Old School. Let's go, FRP. Yeah. Are you still here? Old School. Everyone else was here. So now we can put the poll up. Vote for your stream MVP. They get 1,000 experience points. By the way, several of these characters are very close to leveling up. So this 1,000 experience points could make a big difference for one of these players. Vote for your stream MVP. And let's go around and make your rolls. Let's start with you, Josh.
All right. I've got Necromantic. My first roll is a natural 1. My second roll is a natural 14.
A 14 for Necromantic. Very nice. Let's go to you, Rory.
Sorry, Necromantic.
I have Lord Forth, and I have...
Let's go, Lord Forth.
First roll a 5.
That's not good.
Second roll a 7.
So Necromantic still in the lead. Let's go to Telliadir.
All right, we are rolling for Caesar. Sub, right?
Correct. And by the way, stay with us. Don't leave. We're going to raid, and it's nice to give a good raid. So even if you're not in the giveaway, staying with us to help us raid someone is always nice. Go ahead.
First roll was a 12. Second roll is a 14.
Hey, tied.
Let's go. We got a tie. All right, let's go to you, Alora.
I am rolling for Roger. Let me grab a second D20 here. Okay. So my rolls are... One's out of the tray. Gotta roll it in the tray. Okay, there. 13 and a 16.
She's coming in with that 16.
So Keith is up on the lead with 16. Let's go, Vivi.
Hang on 1 second. I'm just trying to find a good D20 that I like. That's not good. That one's garbage. Never. She will never.
While she's getting ready to roll, we have one question for you tonight. If you're watching, you not followed. If you're a follower who's not subbed, you're a sub whose sub expired, and we do see there's a bit of drop in our subs. No, it should not be so. We have one question for you tonight. What are you doing? Come on, give us a follow, give us a sub here. Support Blue Box as we support others in the community. Go ahead, Vivi.
Okay, I'm rolling for Old School.
Yeah, Old School.
Oof, old School. That was a 5. That was awful. Okay, hang on. Let me roll the second one.
There we go.
Oh, and I rolled a 5 again. So.
All right, so it's Keith. Roger, you have won. Keith is the winner tonight. Congratulations, my friend. Still time for stream MVP. Oh my goodness, it is a landslide happening tonight. I normally like to say it's close. It's not close. Rizia is crushing it. Holy, whoa. This is one of the most lopsided votes we've ever had. Rasmus, I'm sorry, Josh, you got 0 tonight.
No,
why?
I was ready for that. I love horses.
And we got 5, 4, 3. We're going to raid careful cantrip. Stay with us, please, so we can give a good raid to them. But my soul, 15. Teliadir, you are second place, which is pretty amazing. And Rizia, 1,000 experience points for Rizia. Congratulations. We're kicking off the raid now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We love all you guys. We'll be back tomorrow night with our Lore Masters Arcanum. Blue Box DAP out. And we'll see you tomorrow night. Start the raid.
Start it.
And it is done. I think. Yeah, we raided, right?
Maybe.
Did it work? I think.
Nope, not yet.
No?
Still here.
We're still here. We're
There we go.
Now.
Now it's done.
Yay.
Yeah,
Oh, there it is. Now it's done.
Now it's done.
Ooh,
Very nice.
sure.
43. Good raid. All right.
Wait, how come it says resubscribe?
Because you were at some point subscribed by them, you probably got a gift sub.
Oh, a gift
Right.
sub. Okay, yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, wait, wait a minute. I don't think I subscribed to
It's
them
happened to me before.
I was like, wait, what happened? How did that happen?
Oh my gosh, they have a mushroom that's speaking.
Oh, that's so awesome. Terry,
That's
what
adorable.
was the thing it is to do the emoji multiple times without having to click it? Spacebar?
You just press enter, I believe.
Enter. Oh, yeah, that's